try this again. So last night, or the other night, whenever the fuck it was, I don't be keeping track of this shit. I went live, and my phone had died. So, we're gonna get to this. First and foremost, thank you. Thank everybody who watches and follows instructions. Done the work, done the research and everything. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all showing the love, helping me, supporting me, and helping yourself and supporting yourself. It's a beautiful thing when people help themselves, isn't it? It's great. Where the fuck do I start? So much to talk about. So much to talk about in so little time to talk about it. Well, we're here now. Here we are, everybody. It's been a couple weeks. It's been a good journey. It's been a long ride, you know. I'm proud. But it's been doing some self-reflection these past couple of days, and I need to vent, but like venting on social media is some bitch ass shit, so unfortunately y'all ain't gonna get that tonight or any other time in the future. But I've been in this constant state of rage for like ever since I started getting enlightened, really, like fucking 15 years ago. I've been in a constant state of rage. I could mask it, definitely, you know. I've gotten better since I've met my wife and I have my two children, but I'm just in a constant state of rage, yo. So, you know, I've just been wondering, why the fuck am I so angry? You know? Then I've been seeing everybody else around me in my population, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I see that the majority of the population is also in a constant state of rage. So now, the question is, why? And is it like that everywhere else? Because if it is, it's coming from source, not outside of source, right? So if you have everybody going through the same rage, you know, that are all going through spiritual enlightenment, battling depression, trying to conquer defense mechanisms, I'm realizing this is our mental programming. For instance, my mental programming, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm nice, I'm funny, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But if I get offended, I'm a very mean person. Or better yet, I'm a very honest person. I just have no consideration for feelings when I speak my honesty. Like, at all. And I'm not scared to fight either. Like, I will fight a motherfucker if it gets to that. But I'm just realizing there's, in no form is that exhibiting the knowledge I have acquired and applied in my life.
It's good to see you.
We got a lot of shit we gotta talk about and discuss. You know, religious shit, scientific, this virus, mental, fucking programming. There's a lot of shit to cover. And I really don't know where to start, yo. Instagram been fucking with my algorithms. Like, I'm really working on just not giving a fuck. Like, at all. I'm just mad. Me and wife have been saying fuck the world. Like, we're really giving up on humanity. We care about our own, like our moms, our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, nephews, nieces, aunties, uncles, cousins, and so on. We care about the bloodline in our tribe. But as far as the population and humanity, I'm gonna say this right now. You can look me in my eyes when I say it. I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. If it not affecting me and mine, or my wife and hers, I'ma say it again. I don't give a fuck. Okay? And I'm not being selfish or anything. I'm a very generous person. Me and my wife was realizing some shit. And I'm gonna put it in the same way that my wife pointed the analogy to me. As individuals, we all got cups. We all got cups. Right? Now imagine if your cup is full. And every time you come around somebody, instead of exchanging, the liquid, giving a taste test of each other's cup, these motherfuckers come to you with their cup empty. So what do we do as natural people, genuine people who are authentic and give a fuck about the people around us? We fill up their cup. But by filling up their cup, we're taking away from our own. I've been filling up motherfuckers' cups for so long and not filling up my cup. It pretty much stripped me of all this compassion, all this carefree, happy-go-lucky shit. Like, Kashil's gone. Kashil was gone. The old Kashil y'all knew is gone. I'm a different fucking man. I grew into something better. You have to understand that self-image, the ideal self-image that people perceive as the authentic you, rather than the idea of you, which it is. You have so many people in the world who don't know who they are, who look for validation or look for relativity outside of their self, and constantly fill up other people's cups to the point to where they get depressed, they get sad, they get suicidal, and ultimately end up taking their life or forming a drug habit and overdosing or throwing their life away because they didn't have the fucking backbone to stand up for themselves. They didn't have the fucking courage to put their foot down and say, you know what, man, fuck this. No, I'm not doing this shit no more. It's fucking stupid. No. Instead, we have people who are like, nah, fuck it, bruh. It's not that. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. When you know deep down inside, it's not all good. But if you're an empath like me, you're a feeler. So you're not just feeling your emotion, you're feeling that other person's emotion. And then, ironically, we end up feeling bad for our action when it's actually the right thing we should be doing for ourselves as individuals, because we're feeling that outside individual or the outside source's energy, thinking it's ours, and this is actually something bad. When it's not something bad. You're standing up to your fucking self, taking a stand for what you believe in, noticing a problem, noticing your value for yourself, and saying no more. And that is with everything, with social media, friends, sex, relationships, religion, spirituality. Everybody's filling up someone else's cup, giving away their own power, giving away their own energy, searching for something outside of their self, right? Constantly letting their rage and their fears, their anxiety, their insecurities control them. And for what? An ideal self-image? It's not even the core you. It's not even the real, authentic you. It's an image that you created for an idea of how you want to be seen. And that's who you think you are. As a generation, as a whole population, this is who we think we are. And instead of taking the truth and hearing the truth, we decide to take the lie, take the facade, and hear more people speaking ego-stroking propaganda, which is here just to make you feel good for a temporary source and keep you engaged. Meanwhile, you're not really doing anything. Like, look, bro. Me and my wife are on some other shit. Plain and simple. Yeah, I drink. Yeah, I smoke. But I'm also working on a whole fucking business and the foreign exchange market and trading, my music career, raising kids, etc., etc. I'm not just out here bullshitting, scared about a virus. And I don't give a fuck about this stimulus check. I'm waiting for my federal tax return. Everything I know and love, bro. Because I'm taking my money and turning it into more money. Alright? If you continuously blindly consume, which is how we've all been programmed and trained to do, consume, mold to what's in and trending and accepted as normal or modern, because that's the social norm, that's the social agenda now. We're losing sense of originality. There's no originality in music. There's no original ideas in spirituality. There's no new philosophers. There's no new technology. There's no new architecture being built. There's no new breakthroughs. Everything is just rehashed shit from back in the day, and people are so uneducated and ignorant they actually think it's new. And then there's nothing new under the sun. Like, that's not just a saying. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything is tweaked and recycled. You don't believe me? Look at our generation. Then look at generation 10 years before that. Then 10 years before that. Then 10 years before that. Then 10 years before that. All the way up to the 1920s. There's a little bit of everything in our generation. With a modern touch. With a modern sprinkle. It's the same shit. It's really nothing different. We're not doing anything. We're not evolving. Fuck. We're not even adapting anymore. We're so controlled, bro. We are so controlled. And for what? We all individuals, right? We all individuals, right? We're all individual spirits, right? All individual souls and streams of consciousness and unconsciousness, right? So, wouldn't that mean that we all have our own soul groups? If we're all individuals? You know, because one thing I'm noticing, there's a little bit of truth in everything. However, Everybody has a different psyche, a different mindset, and that's not bad, bro. That's not bad. That's actually what's beautiful about this experience. We're all unique. We're all different. However, back in the day, we used to embrace this, but now in our generation, we shun it. If someone's different, if someone doesn't think like you, if someone doesn't act like you, dress like you, behave like you, you shun them. And then immediately when they conform, you make fun of them. You clown them. You make memes out of shit. So it's a double-edged sword. There's no way of winning anymore. There's not even any gratitude anymore. If you ask for something and the ancestors give it to you, universe, spirit, God, whatever the fuck you believe in and give your energy to, and you get it, be grateful for that. Don't be like, damn, all they gave me was this. Damn, it took fucking 6 months for that. It took 8 years for that. Let me tell you something, bruh. Let me tell you something, straight up. A man is stranded in the ocean, right? Sinks down to the bottom. And someone pulls him to shore and saves him, right? But the man who sank down the shore, instead of being grateful for a fisherman saving him, you know what he says? It's okay. God has a better plan for me. I've been praying. Right? So the fisherman leaves the guy floating or whatever. He's starting to get hungry. He's starting to get a little hungry. And, just so happens to be 2 little shrimp. So he picks them up. You know what the man does? He doesn't eat them. Because God has a better plan for him. Right? Meanwhile, he's been praying. A man came and saved him. He's hungry and now he has food to eat. Might not be how he envisioned it. Might not have been of how he wanted it to happen. But god damn it, you got what you asked for. Right? Moral of the story, the man dies from starvation and is eaten. His body, his decaying body is eaten by fish. Because he was waiting for his prayer to be answered when his prayer was already answered twice. We're doing this as a fucking generation. Collectively. Every day. Every day. We're doing this. And there's no gratitude. There's no, oh, I'm so thankful. That could have been my mom. That could have been my dad. That could have been my sister. No, instead of being thankful and taking action to prevent it, we want to uproar. Man, that happens every time. Man, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of that. Blah, blah, blah. It was too late. It wasn't enough. When in reality, what did you ask for? Because you have to understand, as an energy, as a spirit, as a soul, as a god, a Loa, or a Orisha, even the universe, if you fuckers believe in just the universe, it's an energy. Do you really think that shit understands words? No. There is no language in the spirit world. It's feelings and energy. Thoughts and emotions, which your emotions are just energy in motion. So if you don't feel it or believe it before you even ask for it, of course it's going to manifest in a snickery, unorthodox way. But that doesn't mean you're not getting what you asked for. Motherfuckers are so grateful, it goes so ungrateful, it just goes right on over their heads. Bro, how many days was you praying? Damn, I don't want to go into work today. Man, I just wish the government would just give me an extra $1,000. Man, fuck this school shit. Man, they're out here teaching my kids lies. And we have all of that right now. What are we doing? Are we taking advantage of the system collapse? Or are we sitting here bitching and moaning, acting in fear? Nigga, our ancestors would toss in our graves in their fucking graves right now if they saw how we was acting. You know how many motherfuckers prayed for this shit for years? You got people who are fortunate enough to work at home, still collect unemployment, and get stimulus checks. That's 3 strings of residual income. You're on your way to being a millionaire, but your motherfucking mindset is so stuck on stupid and ungratefulness, you'll never achieve it. You'll never get out of the predicament you're in. We've been stuck in a poverty mindset. How we been stuck in a poverty mindset? Let me tell you how we've been stuck in a poverty mindset. Most of us people who are spiritual, in tune, or have some sort of insight, grew up poor. Most likely grew up without a father. Or, better yet, grew up with a mom and a father in a shitty neighborhood and a predominantly religious family. And it didn't make sense to you growing up, did it? Why bad shit happened to good people, good shit happened to bad people. Meanwhile, they just blindly keep their faith in a system that was given to us all as slaves. Now remember, this was not our system. Christianity, Catholicism, science, this was not our system. We had a completely different structured system of beliefs. Rather you be Hebrew, Israelite, rather you be a Moor, or you be Ifa, Voodoo, Hindu, and so on. We had specific spirit sciences that answered the questions of our individual psyche. That we knew all this primordial energy was not only outside of us, but within us. Hence, one of the 12 universal laws, as within, so without. And another one, as above, so below. There's nothing new under the sun. What happens on earth happens in the heavens. What happens... Every motherfucking disease, parasite, and bacteria on this earth is also found in the sun. So even on a scientific level, on a health level, you can see the parallels between above and below, as within, so without. The same geometric patterns that you see in flowers and conch shells, they're in your hair. They're in your DNA, your mitochondria, your RNA. As above, so below, as within, so without. They fucking tell us every day. Every religion literally has the same principalities, bro. My father was the first black Jew I knew. And I grew up that way. However, my mother was raised Baptist. From the South. Texas Baptist. So, those are 2 different worlds already. Meanwhile, from the age of fucking 6, 7, I've been watching Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett with my father, reading the Torah and the Hebrew Bible, understanding melanin and all this shit. It wasn't until about 10 years old, in public school, I started seeing other people's perspectives and ideas, and what they believed in, besides what I was taught. Then, the older I start to get, I start to realize, every individual, there's nothing original about us. Every fucking thought, every fucking belief that we all have comes from when we are children. If it's not from our mother, or our father, or our grandmama, or our granddaddy, it's from a fucking TV. You're not taught to think for yourself until a certain age. Once you hit that certain age, all this shit starts to make connections. Oh, that's why I was into that when I was little. Oh, that's why I used to like that artist. Oh, that's why I like that book in the Bible. Oh, that's why I associated myself with this deity and that mythological story. It's nothing new under the sun. Every religion, every story, every mythological story, every moral story, moralities, humanities, allegories, it's truth without it being factual. It's an actual message that is presented and you can see exhibited in life. So there's truth in the story. It's just not a true story. You see, us, 7 stars, you know what I'm talking about. I see you dropping knowledge all the fucking time. I see you dropping knowledge all the time. And I'm be one of the only niggas out of like 7, 8 to like your shit. We've always been aware. We've always been aware. Since we were children, we've always known certain things. It wasn't until we were able to think for ourselves, meditate, tap into it, to actually do the actions. Now that we're doing the actions, we're seeing most of the masses are asleep. That's the zombie apocalypse people are talking about. Let me tell you something about this COVID vaccine that a lot of people don't know, that I've been telling y'all for years. This COVID vaccine is not a fucking vaccine. It's a mutation. It merges with your RNA. Okay? It merges with your RNA. It does not prevent from any fucking disease. There's no disease prevention involved. It's not a vaccine. They're just calling it a vaccine because it's a control system. The news is media propaganda. Music is media propaganda. Okay? The only time we hear the truth is whenever a motherfucker gets silenced and dies, and then they give us the truth 10 years after his death. You see that with everybody who told the truth. I'm not scared. I know I'm protected. I told the motherfuckers on my last live, come out wherever you are. And what they do, shut down my algorithms. You think this shit's gonna stop, bruh? Fuck validation. Fuck being cool. Fuck fitting in. You have to understand, we have never fit in here. We've never fit in here. We've always looked different. We stand out like a sore thumb. In every civilization, you have brown people. And we stand the fuck out. I don't care if you're in Mexico, Asia, Thailand, or America. There's brown people all over the globe. We are a collective. The people of the sun who have the most melanin in our skin and in our mitochondria, not just in our hair and in our eyes. It is reflected through our DNA and our RNA and our molecular structure as organisms. You have to understand a cell. Like, they give us science for a reason. Once you go into science and you combine science with your spiritual studies and combine that with your religious studies, there's no denying this shit. I'm telling you, there's no denying this shit. It's everywhere in front of you, nigga. You can watch a Simpsons cartoon and decode more shit than a motherfucking 5-hour lecture can tell you. That's how much symbolism is in front of us. You have to understand there's only 3 things that program your mind. Trauma. And most spiritual people grow up in fucked up situations or in the hood to produce trauma, symbols, and repetition. Trauma, symbols, and repetition. Those are the only 3 things that can program your mind. What do they do to us as a people? Fuck that. As a nation of brown people who vary from light to dark brown skin, we have been traumatized since we came out of our mama's womb. Shit, childbirth is traumatizing. You come out your mama crying. And if you ain't crying, a doctor who you don't know smacks you on your ass. And then they cut your dick. They cut your umbilical cord. And then they fucking circumcise you. That's traumatic. That's a very traumatizing experience. The first predecessors of mind control is not the Illuminati. It's not cartoons. It's not your TV. It's not a religion. The first people who produce mind control into you are your fucking mom and dad. And I'm gonna give you a prime example how. If you don't clean your room, I'm gonna whoop your ass. If you don't do good in school, I'm gonna fuck you up. Boy, who the fuck you talking to? This grown business. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go outside and play. This grown folk shit, right? How many of us have heard them statements growing up as brown-skinned people? How many times did you have to hide behind your brother or sister from a belt because y'all was all finna get your ass whooped? That's some traumatizing shit, right? Can't sleep at night because them thug motherfuckers is outside shooting at each other. Bah, 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 bah. Scream! And then instead of staying away from it, we get initiated into the gangs. So now that trauma goes away because we're getting shot at, selling drugs, killing our own people constantly. So that number 1 product of mind control and mind programming as individuals is gone because it's no longer a traumatic experience. It's normal. So what does that leave us with? symbols, and repetition. What do we see all the time? Oh, thank y'all for attending. I like y'all. Y'all some real motherfucking people. Y'all some real authentic people. I can tell from your content, and I love it. I know OTF King, man. Your name Mario. Think 7 stars, man. What's your name? Where you from? I know that's a sidebar and everything, but listen, I'm a real person. I don't cap. I'm here on a mission, and there's strength in numbers. All bullshit aside, all opinions aside, we gotta get mad. Cause we ain't been mad. We gotta get mad. Don't you understand that anger gets shit done? Think about it. Have you ever achieved something or got something done when you were nice and holding somebody's dick? Huh? You ever got something accomplished being a fucking posture of a friend? Or do you gotta be honest? Do you gotta be like, bruh, what's up? Nah, man, it ain't like that. So what you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Alright. Oluwa Demandi Diamante. Alright, bro. Hey, cool. That's what's up, man. My name is Kashil Divine Range. They call me Cash. For short, call me Cash Rain. D, KD, K dot. I don't give a fuck. But I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Born and raised in the 505, Duke City. What's up? Like, I don't know if y'all have known, but if you do a little bit of research from where I'm from, it's called the Land of Enchantment. The ancient Sumerian tablets and the book, the tablets of Tehuti, were found in New Mexico in a desert. Yeah. Where I'm from, here, it's called the Land of Enchantment. There's people, we have buffalo soldiers. Nigga, there's actually proof that the great pharaoh Ramesses was here. The Twa people have been here. The people of Melanesia, the Melanesian people, have been here. The Blackfoot Indians, the Cherokee Indians, the Apache Indians. There's a tribe where they were all had the same fucking DNA strain, but they had afro hair. They called them Buffalo Soldiers. They were here. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting shit about New Mexico. Supernatural and historical. But the thing about this place that a lot of people don't know, I feel like this is a controlled test study, because let me tell you, I done seen some shit that I thought I could only see on TV happen before my fucking eyes. Here. The petroglyphs by the river, staring at the moon, in the South Valley for sure. But for the most part, and I mean, baby, am I lying? Am I lying? All facts. All facts. I have nothing to lie about, bro. Like, and what I'm really getting at is, where do you think they get all these ideas from? These Hollywood movies, these horror films, the symbolism in the music videos, the occult symbols on the shirts, on the pants. Think about when that shit started being trending. As soon as people started to wake up. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, there was this hot brand that was out called Tisa, Last Kings, Crooks and Castles. That was like the hot shit when I was in high school, when I was a freshman. Those are some of the 3 most fucking subliminal clothing lines I've ever seen besides Black Scale and Killstar. Like, I mean, real subliminal shit. You're basically making yourself a fucking portal for darkness. But no, do we educate ourselves on this, or does it just look cool and it's in, so we buy it and put it on us and then wonder why our lives are fucking chaotic and in disarray? We listen to these artists who, believe it or not, like for example, look at my neck, nigga. I got the horned ones on me. Do you wanna know why I got the horned ones on me? Because that's the dark man. dark man, aka black man, aka Baphomet, aka the symbol of the completed man. Okay? Everybody will call themselves a god, a king. That is the symbol of this head. If you don't believe me, there's a book called The Sufis by Idris Shah. And it goes into the Knights Templars. And how the Knights Templars said that their fathers were the Moors, known as the Sufis. Now the word Sufi translates to woolly-haired or woolly-haired one. Who the fuck got hair like wool? Because last time I checked, if you ain't got dark skin, you ain't got hair like wool. If you ain't brown or black, you ain't got hair like wool. On moms, y'all niggas got fur. Fuck you if you think I don't. Y'all niggas got fur. That is scientifically proven. All species other than the Hispanic and the African have fur. Like, for real. That's a scientific fact, bro. I love y'all support. Like, I fuck with y'all. I rock with y'all. Y'all don't understand. To me, it's not about the fans. It's not even about the validation. I have 2 people tuning in who are receiving the message. I've done my job. That's all I'm here to do, bro. Because listen, this is where our people fuck up. What did Martin Luther King try to do? Save the world. What did Malcolm X try to do? Save the world. Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, saved the world. Muhammad tried to save the world. Jesus tried to save the world. Tupac tried to save the world. They've all been fucking assassinated. The only nigga who hasn't been assassinated who spoke out against the elites is DMX. That's why he's one of my favorite rappers. He's the only nigga who hasn't been assassinated, bro. Even though he's fucked up on drugs, listen to his songs. Listen to DMX's songs. Every motherfucking album, that nigga's got a prayer. Every fucking album, DMX has a prayer, bro. And it's an original prayer. Nothing out of that doctrine we've been given as slaves. Because our maker is a higher God. Yo, Philip Randolph, look into Paul Beverly Randolph. P.B. Randolph, Paul Beverly Randolph. This man is the godfather of metaphysics and the occult. He was doing this shit back in the 1800s as a black man. Bet, I'll send you some of DMX's songs on moms. Yes, he was. Man, Philip Randolph was a bad motherfucker. I'm telling you, look in the Paul Beverly Randolph. And the fact that their last names are the same, motherfucker might be related to him, bro. Or another one, Tupac Shakur's auntie, Athena Shakur. That's a bad bitch. Angela Davis, that's a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Look into Haile Selassie, the founder and originator of the Rastafarian tradition. You want to talk about a Jesus? Look at that man and what he did. And tell me he wasn't incredible. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But they don't tell us about them. They give us these Rosa Parks. They give us fucking Langston Hughes. They give us Frederick Douglass sellout ass. And don't tell us about the Moors. Before we had George Washington as a president, don't you know that there were already 9 black and Spanish presidents in America that are the true founding fathers of this country? And as people of melanated skin, we are not owned or slaves under this banner because they swore an oath. They swore an oath. Yo, real talk. You know who one of my role models is, high key, that I fuck people up when I say it. But if you do the research on this man, one of my most predominant and like real role models, one of the people who keep me going and why I do what I do is Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Jose Ricardo Onfrey, also known as Triple X. These 2 individuals, people can say what they want to say about them, but until you do your own independent research on these individuals, almost every motherfucking artist in hip hop would not have a career without Jay-Z. If it wasn't, bro, Jay-Z got 21 Savage back. He got Little Uzi out of his deal. And some more shit. Like, literally, a lot of people don't know this, but Jay-Z is the most powerful man in hip-hop. Why do you think he's only seen when he wants to be seen? Name another rapper who owns more than one portion of an NBA team. Can we name an NBA team, bring it back to its original place in the world, and then on top of that, he's a free agent for NBA players. And he's just a rapper. Nigga, Michael Jackson tried to own half of Sony and they killed him. Look at all the plays Jay-Z does. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about your race. It's not about your ethnicity. Jay-Z. Jehovah. Look into Jehovah. Really look into Jehovah's history. His family history. Because I'm going to tell y'all niggas a lot of something about Jay-Z that y'all don't know. Jay-Z was rich before he was rapping. Jay-Z was really in the streets. Jay-Z's daddy was a kingpin. When Jay-Z's daddy died, who you think he learned to hustle from? Matter of fact, he came up with a high-ranking MC named Jazzo from New York as well. But the difference between Jay-Z and Jazzo, Jay-Z went commercial. Jay-Z went the Freemason route. And Mason is really Mat, Ma, and Sun, Aset, and Heru, Isis, and Osiris. Meanwhile, these motherfucking Masons want to put on a fez and act like they don't know who the Moors are. And if you really look at the fez of these motherfucking Masonic people, it says Islam on it. Because for 800 years, the Moors, aka the Sufis, aka the priesthood from Kemet, went into Europe and taught these niggas and gave sacred texts because we already had a prophecy that the European would come into power. However, we didn't have a prophecy that the European would enslave, rape, pillage, and conquer. We just knew they were going to come into power. We were already coming to a slip in conscious, a great deluge they call it, a deep sleep. But it's been 1,000 years. We're awakening again. And when I mean awaken, awake, listen, it has nothing to do with your conscious mind. I got you, bro. I got you. Start with it. Honestly, if you're barely beginning your spiritual journey now, there's a channel on YouTube called Spirit Science. Subscribe to Spirit Science and start with video 1. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius sun. I'm an Aquarius moon, and my rising sign is Virgo. I was born December 14th, 1996, the same day Nostradamus the Prophet was born. I understand. And the same day Vladimir the Impaler died. And the Sandy Hook shooting happened. I know my fucking history. Because here's the thing. Your birthday is your death day. The same day you were born is the same day you died. Period. Remember that shit. This is not our first lifetime here. But you have to understand, reincarnation is a fucking re-incarceration. It's a soul prison. Hey, December 14th, December 2nd. Nigga, you're born 2 days before Jay-Z. Jay-Z's a Sagittarius. Billie Eilish is a Sagittarius. Offset's a Sagittarius. Nicki Minaj is a Sagittarius. Little People is a Sagittarius. Fuck, there's a lot of influential people in the world who are Sagittarius, bro. Like, for real. And all of them are rich as shit. All of them. Same with Libras. For instance, my wife, she's a Libra. Libra sun. And her birthday is the same birthday as Lil Wayne's, September 27th. You have to keep in mind the day you were born, the hour you were born. And this is how you set up your birth chart or your natal chart. This is going to understand your emotional influences, the things that impact you, the things that conquer you, the things that fuck up your mind, the things that make you sad. When you just wake up pissed off, or you just wake up like, man, fuck life. Or you just wake up like, it's because of your natal chart and planetary alignment, and retrogrades. 70% of the time. Not all the time, but about 70% of the time. The way you feel and act is based off of your natal chart and astrology. It has nothing to do with angels, demons, gods, or goddesses. It has everything to do with you. Everything comes from the source. The source is who? The individual. That's why it's so important to free your soul. I want you to, but me on the people that you was talking about and the history about the Masons, etc., because they say all that stuff is evil. Let me tell you something. The Freemasons honestly are nothing more than mages. They're like a step below a sorcerer and 2 steps below a wizard. They're magic practitioners who understand and utilize symbolism to get what they want in reality. They practice in secret because, well, if it was public, everybody would be doing it. Just how there is bad Freemasons, there are good Freemasons. Do you know that it is actually a requirement to be a Freemason? You have to believe in a higher power. You have to believe in a god. And that actually, Freemasonry goes all the way back to Egypt. So this isn't like a New Age thing. This has been happening since Egypt. Anytime you see a black and white checkered floor, know that as Masonic symbolism. Anytime you see the number 33, 13, know that as Masonic symbolism. And they're just magic practitioners. And honestly, they're like novice. The highest ranking Freemason is a novice alchemist, a novice musician, and a novice wizard. Because they obey. When magic isn't magic, it's a science. It's just a science of the unseen and the hidden. The only way you understand the unseen and the hidden is to go within. And instead of obeying, you have to know. It's either in you or it's not. And the fact that you want to learn it, it's in you. Either you have it or you don't. This is what I've been trying to tell people. What my wife's been trying to tell people for forever. Either you have it or you don't. Either you are one or you're not. You cannot become one by searching, researching, or feeling like either you are or you are not. Was it really ancient Egypt with the real power walking around? No, bro. A lot of people just give Egypt... Alright, people give Egypt the credit because Egypt was doing the most technological shit. And as far as detailed explanations, they had that shit down. Okay? Egypt knew how to explain shit in vivid detail. The Kemite people knew how to explain shit better than any other civilization before them. But Kemet was a baby civilization. There were 12 different civilizations throughout Africa and South America, aka Latin America at the time, that were thriving for millions of years before Egypt came into play. And Egypt fell pretty much after the coming of Amenhotep and Akhenaten in the 14th dynasty, I think. After that, Egypt was no longer. So really, that 20 dynasties, 17 dynasties of Egypt, more like 13, 12. The rest of Egypt is just rehashed shit that got changed to become molded into paganism. When it was never supposed to be that. As primordial people, we know that God is in everything. Every plant, every flower, every cloud, every individual has something to bring to the table. So with all these gods and goddesses, it was more like a personal recognition for the energy within and the duality of the masculine and the feminine energy inside all of us. I'll give you a perfect example. Horus is literally, Horus is your conscious mind. Osiris is your unconscious mind. Set is your humanity. Isis is your soul. In an occult world, you know what I'm saying? Horus would be your conscious mind. Osiris would be your unconscious mind. Set would be your humanity. and Isis would be your soul. Okay? Everything about the Egyptian pantheon you can connect to yourself on a molecular level, a bacterial level, a spiritual level, and a scientific level. That's why they had no need or sense for a religion, brother. Because literally everything in Kemet was Maya. Everything in Kemet was Maya. They had no need for a religion because it was that implicated in their culture and everyday life. You know what I'm saying? They didn't need to have churches and shit because they were so in tune with their tradition that it simply just was their way of life. You know what I mean? You have to do some research to know about Maya before you figure out, oh, that's what all these Kemites were doing. They were practicing Maya because it was so heavy and implicated in their reality already that it just simply, it just was. You know what I'm saying? There was no title on it. It was just a way of life. It simply just was. Bro, you got to put me on game to the unseen and the science, and you need to do these lives more. If you did this every day, I would be on you, see me on here fucking with you every time. See, bro, the only reason I don't is because honestly, I got 2 kids, I got a wife, I run a credit business, I watch the foreign exchange market, and when you're trading, bro, you gotta watch that shit or you're gonna lose thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just let that shit run, you could lose out on fucking like $10,000 in 2 hours. Or you could gain $10,000 in 2 hours, bro. And I got a lot of shit going on, but I do the best I can to multitask because I feel like I have a genuine responsibility. If I didn't feel like I had this responsibility, bro, I never would have started doing lives. That's why, like, unlike most spiritualists, I acknowledge y'all. I talk to y'all. I ask y'all where y'all from, what's your name, what you're going through, what are you studying. I'll answer questions in a very unbiased way. I'll try to be as thorough and detailed as possible. I don't come with bias. I don't come with my opinion. Everything I tell you, I studied. And honestly, everything I found, y'all can find too. I'll even tell you where the fuck to find it. And if you come up with a different answer, that just means you find a better perspective than me or a different perspective. And we could exchange information and grow together. You know, I'm not here to argue with nobody. I really feel like everyone has something to bring to the table, and that's why I rock with the people who tune in on my lives. That's why I rock with the people who listen to me, because me and my wife, no one listens to us. No one listens to us. And we've tried to help so many people. Like, I've told people for years I'm not human. I'm like, they think I'm crazy, but how else would I know all this shit naturally? Before I even did research and studying, I knew this shit when I was in elementary school. So did my wife. And now we see our kids. They just know shit. There's certain things we never had to be taught because it was in our DNA. Those memories and experiences were still active in us. When you die, the experience of your death is based off of your knowledge and consciousness. Egypt knew this. Samaria knew this. Babylon and Tibet and Assyria knew this. That's why there was so much emphasis on death and the spirit world implicated in their everyday lifestyle. They understood that the worlds that we see and the world that we can't see are one and the same. We just simply cannot see it because we refuse to see it. If you want to see the spirit world, all you got to do is look within. Once you look within and start meditating, you're going to see some shit and experience some shit you never thought was possible. I'm going to tell you right now. Most of these spiritual niggas are stuck on religion and God and Jesus. Like, everybody. This the motherfucking control system. That's the control system, you know what I'm saying? That's why they gave it to us, bruh. Had to give some smoke to the ancestors. That's crazy. I was thinking about that like a couple months ago, bro. I was thinking like when we die, it was a group of niggas and they just put y'all in groups off. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, really think about it. If they gave us this God as slaves in pillagement, because you have to understand just how black people were slaves, Indians were slaves, Spanish were slaves, Mexicans were slaves, because we all had dark skin. These motherfucking Europeans and the Dutch were so stupid, they didn't know who was who and what was what. They just saw dark skin and coarse hair and curly hair, and they put us all in the same group. Naturally, we intermingled with each other because we understand a similar tradition. Look at Santeria. Look at Brujeria. Look at Voodoo. Now look at Ifa. And then after that, look into Native American traditions and belief systems. Not Native American like American Native American. I mean Indian, like Hinduism, Buddhism, and all those dharmic religions. Same ideals. Same people. Even Tupac. Tupac's given name, instead of his government name, which was Lassane, Amaru Shakur was actually a Peruvian. Hey, I'm lagging. See, I'm lagging. But what I was saying is, for instance, the reason I say I'm a serpent is what precedes serpent? Dragon. Now what precedes dragon? Leviathan. What precedes that? Demigod. When every ancient tradition tells you the majority of us are 2/3 human. 1/3 comes from our creator. Rather you be positive or negative, a children of the night or the children of the sun. We all come from the creator. There's only one fucking power. It's polarity, adronicism that ties us all together. We have to find a balance within the masculine and feminine and a balance within the darkness and the light to become the individual. Bro, I'll tell you the simplest way to meditate right now. Like me and my girl been meditating since we was in high school. I've been out of high school for like fucking 5 years. I'm 23. I graduated high school a year. Actually, no. I got you. The best way to meditate, easiest way to meditate, the fucking simplest way to meditate, bro. Close your eyes. And real quick, what's your favorite thing? Do you like fruits, vegetables? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you like going on walks? Do you like nature? Do you like animals? I need you to think of your favorite thing. Something that just makes you feel great every time you think about it. That you can really think about in vivid detail. Drop it in the comment. The thing that you can honestly think of right now in vivid detail. Like it's right in front of you. You can feel it. Yup. See? Martial arts. Okay, martial arts. I want you to close your eyes. I gotta close my eyes right now. You close your eyes. Picture yourself in a dojo and you're sparring. Alright? You're performing martial arts right now. As you continue to breathe, I want you to smell the sweat from your workout. Smell the sweat as you're sparring in your mind and producing this martial art. I want you to feel every punch you throw, the wind, the momentum, every kick, every dodge. You feel it. You hear the wind. You can feel your skin touch that in the imaginary person's skin. You can feel it. Feel that shit. Feel your sparring suit, your belt, the heat in the room. your sweat. You can smell it. You can taste it. You can feel you're tired. You know? You can feel it. Just take yourself there. Really feel it. Feel it. Don't just think about it. Feel it. Feel it. And as you're feeling these sensations, notice how there's no thought in your mind. You're just visualizing. And you're feeling your visualization. Fuck, you can taste the sweat in your mouth. You can taste the sweat in your mouth. You just meditated. Eyes open. You just meditated. You have to find something that you're drawn to. For me, I've already made up my own world. With water and people and plants and shit I could smell and grass I could feel. And I go there when I meditate. And I feel that. And I feel my body. And I can smell that. And I can feel this sun's rays beating on me. And I can feel the heat as I'm inside my mind. And I'm meditating. And my conscious mind, there's no thoughts. There's no ego. It's simply my subconscious mind. And then I zone out. Like I left my house or I left my room and I'm there because I have manifested the smell. You remember there's 5 senses. You have to master the 5 senses within meditating. You have to really feel those 5 senses. Like, for instance, if your favorite fruit was an apple, you have to close your eyes and feel the apple, smell the apple, taste the apple. As you take a bite of this apple, you have to feel it go down your body. And before you know it, you're meditating on something simple, an apple, martial arts, whatever the case may be. But meditating is just slowing down your mental chatter, your conscious chatter, to program your mind. Once you learn how to meditate, I'll teach you breathing exercises. Because, and I'll give you this, but you can look into it with etymology. The word breath means spirit. Your spirit is associated with your breath. Your prana, your chi, is your breath. So when you breathe and you practice breathing exercising, you're breathing in the vibrations, waves, and sensations, and the energies around you, and you're taking it in. You're absorbing it like a sponge. And that in itself, by definition, is the experience of a religion. Real talk, just with the language of the birds. And the language of the birds is etymology. You have to understand the real meaning, the root word, the suffix, and the prefix of the English language, because the English language is a trick language. Once you understand the language of the birds, everything is easier. Because I'm here to tell you, bro, we've been lied to our whole lives. And that's just real. We've been programmed to consume. We've been programmed to fight each other, to look at each other like we're not the same race. When genetically, I know my wife might look a little light-skinned, but me and Amanda genetically are the same thing. Our ancestors come from the same fucking places. Everything I got in my bloodline, she has in hers. But I was raised black and she was raised Spanish. Only difference. So what does that tell you about the rest of us? Because we did our ancestry, and our parents did our ancestry, and she did her ancestry, and I did my ancestry. So we had more than one example in case study. More than one example in case study. Because both of our parents and both of us did our ancestry and our DNA research that proved genetically, by science terms, we are the same species. The only difference is the way I was raised and the fact that I have more Indian and she has more French. That's it. We're the same thing. So what does that tell you about the Mexican, the Dominican, the Spanish, the Ecuadorian, the Puerto Rican, the Jamaican, the Haitian, the Creole, the American Negro, the African. We're the same fucking people. I know more Spanish and Latinos that listen to hip hop and rap music than every black person I know. We like rock and shit. We like Santana and shit. You know what I'm saying? One of my best friends, my nigga Josiah, got a black girlfriend. And he's Spanish. My nigga Day got a black girlfriend. A black baby mama. And he's Spanish, bro. I'm black. With a Spanish wife. 2 kids. We're the same people. We're the same fucking people. The only difference is we grow hair differently and we vary in skin color. Why? Because some of y'all were closer to the water and the tropics, whereas some of us were closer to the sun. And by etymology, science, and scientific adaptation, the dark-skinned curly-haired African slowly but surely started to depigment himself. Because we had no contact. You have to understand the earth went into an ice age for thousands of years with no contact to the sun. What happens when a dark-skinned person stays inside in the winter? We depigment ourselves. But if you're born in a place or a region where there's more sun, you're predominantly darker and taller and skinnier. But if you're born in a place where there is predominantly colder weather, you're shorter and stockier with more hair. But the gene pool in the species is the same. The ancestors are the same. The Loas, Orishas are the same. Santeria and Voodoo, Brujeria and Hoodoo, there's nothing different. There's not. Just how y'all are Catholic, we're Christian. Are Hebrew, we're just as religious as y'all. My grandma was just as religious as a Spanish grandma. Crosses, crucifixes, angels, and saints all up and through that bitch, bruh. Real talk. Real talk. Spanish crosses, crucifixes, all up and through that bitch. Jesus everywhere. Only people I know like that besides black people are the Latino. And these are the 2 predominant people who they say are being affected by the coronavirus the most, which is really just a synthetic man-made phage lamina bacteria that comes from the sun. Corona is the Latin word for crown, your crown chakra. They're attacking the spiritual system. So right now it's literally mind over matter. They're controlling us with fear. A mass vaccination of a conscious man-made bacteria is only going to cause it to mutate more. The more we social distance, the more it's just going to mutate and weaponize so it can still get through. You have to understand, this is something that is airborne. It's a neoparticle. It's not a microorganism. It's not a virus. It was man-made. It's a synthetic phage lambda. It's a synthetic light bacteria. And what is it doing? It's killing people. But it's not really killing us, because I had coronavirus. My mom had coronavirus. Man, 6 family members of my family, including me, my wife, and my daughters, had coronavirus. And we all beat that shit. And now, our bodies produce the antibody. Just like back in the day with the bubonic plague. Those who were afflicted, who survived, produced the antibody. While meanwhile, about 80% of the population of the world died. This is a simple depopulation tactic. Think about what happened with the polio vaccine. If it wasn't for the polio vaccine, you wouldn't have cancer. Cancer was produced because of the fucking polio vaccine. It gave millions of American people cancer. Millions of European people cancer. And the scientists who did that, that implicated that, and made that vaccine, knew that shit. Because they studied it, and they didn't tell us. So what are they not telling us about this COVID vaccine? Why are they trying to silence me every time I talk about COVID-19? Meanwhile, in 2019, 25 plus CEOs of major corporations in the United States of America stepped down from their positions. Like Bill Gates. Like Elon Musk. Yeah. They knew this was coming. That's why they call it COVID-19. When most of the things and the people who were afflicted happened in 2020, and it was revealed that the majority of the death toll was fucking fabricated. And then out of nowhere, they want to control us with more fear. So the Center of Disease Control decides to announce a motherfucking zombie apocalypse prepare kit just in case. Do you know what a zombie is by definition? An unconscious, brainless being acting out of its natural form. Acting out of its natural state of being. That's a zombie. We have a whole bunch of those already. We've had those since fucking 2009. It's 2021, people. If you ain't doing no spiritual work, you're gonna get left behind. You're going to get left behind. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're not doing spiritual work, if you're not studying and practicing shadow work and conquering your inner demons and your fucking inner bullshit that you do as an individual, you're gonna get left behind. The Kali Yuga is done. The Dark Queen, the Dark Goddess is here. The fucking Donald Trump whole presidency and election between him and Joe Biden was a ritual in the occult world for representing the death of the tribe of Esau, the red man, the European, the grand oppressor, the ultimate con man. Their time is up. Our time is now. That's why they're trying to scare us with a man-made fucking phage lambda, which we already have in us. Every disease and genetic mutation we already have in our DNA and in our RNA as every individual. A virus cannot be caught outside of yourself. Remember that. And every scientist and physicist will tell you that. If you do any research on this fucking vaccine, every person will tell you it's not a vaccine. That's why they're telling you, wear your mask, social distance, get your shot. Anytime the government or the news tells you something is for your safety, it's just code word for your control. The news doesn't tell the truth. They never have. When my mom was a little girl, she told me that there was a chemical that the government released that made the dead come back to life. And that the old black and white version of Night of the Living Dead is actually a true story. So, do you really think we haven't advanced a little bit with the technology we already had? Of course, all we do is upgrade the same technology. We haven't made anything new. We just upgrade the same shit and rehash it like it's new. So the consumer thinks it's new when it's just the same shit their mom and daddy had in a cooler way. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. Everybody's spending their stimulus checks. And I keep telling you, I have a credit repair business. Instead of consuming more products and more bullshit, giving the government back their money that they're giving you for free for being afflicted by a disease they're created, to ease their guilty conscience so they could sleep at night, why don't you invest in yourself? Why don't you eliminate your debt? Why don't you click the link in my fucking bio? How many videos do I have to make to show you I'm a real person, y'all? How many videos do I have to make to tell you guys, hey, not only can I help you eliminate your debt and raise your credit score to an 800 credit score at bar minimum in a year for $79 a month? Y'all really think I'm capping? All you gotta do is click on the link in my bio and look for yourself. But no! Everybody thinks shit's a scam. Because once again, when you pray for something, y'all ignore it. Bro, I'm your answer. I'm the answer with your financial problems. I'm the answer with your spiritual problems. I'm the answer for your music dilemma. My wife is the answer for your clothing problems, bro. My wife is the answer for your economic problems. And y'all motherfuckers keep ignoring us and not listening to us. Thinking we're capping. Thinking we're a fucking scam. Meanwhile, I get over 100 views, over 50 views, over 20 views on all my videos. So I know people are tuning in, watching, and hearing the message. Man, get off your couch and utilize the technology in your palm. Just how there's apps to distract you and entertain you, there's apps for an individual to make money. There's companies for individuals to get out of debt. Just how there's corrupt people, there's good people. But y'all only want to see the corrupt. When I'm here telling y'all, bro, you guys see how Instagram be playing me. Y'all see how Instagram be fucking with my algorithms. How Instagram be fucking with my views. How Instagram be fucking with my page. Y'all see it. And you guys still think I'm lying. I don't understand. I don't understand how this social programming came up to be. When we know the social dilemma in the world is social media and media propaganda. We all know this as spiritual people and occultists. We all know this. We all know there's something terribly wrong with this world. So, instead of feeding into the system, why don't you stop playing the game? If everyone stopped feeding the system and playing the game, this corrupt system would crash in 10 hours. And we would be free and independent and able to do what we need to do as individuals. If every gang member who's black and brown united and decided to be businessmen instead of thugs and savages, I'm talking Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, the cartel. If we all came together, man, you really think the military would stand a chance? You really think the government would stand a chance? There's too much of us. And we practice with moving targets. Moving targets. We don't just go hunting. We on the block. Chirac is a fucking war zone. Albuquerque, Afghanistan, Albuquerquistan is a fucking war zone. This the wild, wild west out here. Niggas die every day out here, bruh. My motherfucking cousin's baby daddy, his brother Joey got shot 6 times last night, nigga. On his way home from work, nigga got shot 6 times. And people still think it's a game, bro. There's people out here, just how I'm out here, who are struggling, hungry, worried about their baby's next meal, worried about if their job's gonna hit them back up because they don't have a job. And the apps ain't working. And IRS isn't answering the phone. And unemployment isn't answering the phone. So you have a whole bunch of people dealing with what I said in the beginning. Daily aggression and everyday rage. And we've had it. We've had it. We're tired of this shit. We understand it's a lie and we're ready to tear the roof off this motherfucker. But what y'all don't understand is we can't be how we've been in the past. We have to be smart with this shit. The 10% who are the richest people in the world are coders because they know the world is a fucking program. The world is a matrix. And now we're a program living in a program creating other programs. Whenever a program or a computer becomes conscious, what do they call it? Artificial intelligence. How much of that do we have around? Alright, send me that. Honestly, I don't think you can sell your soul. I don't think you can sell your soul. I think you can pick a team. You can pick a side. You can pick evil or ignorance over righteousness and good. But as to say you can sell your soul in the occult religion, in the occult world, that's just a term for saying you sold out. That's just a term to say you sold out. I told you. The most conscious people, the majority of conscious people live in fucking war zones, nigga. We live in war zones. If you go to Detroit, nigga, Detroit looks abandoned. If you go to Chicago, nigga, it's a fucking war zone out there. You come to Albuquerque trying to act tough, bro, I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna make it 30 minutes out here. Your ass is grass. I wouldn't necessarily say we live in a simulation, but I will go as far as to say that this world is nothing more than a lesser god's plaything. It's a more ancient god, yes, but it's still a lesser god. It's not the creator. This reality and dimension, aka reincarnation soul prison that we're stuck in, is nothing more than a lesser god's plaything. And to this lesser god, our consciousness, knowledge, wisdom, and intelligence is artificial intelligence, because it's inferior to the master programmer, the lesser god. Meanwhile, we continue to give our energy away to this motherfucker, thinking our creator is the enemy, and their creator they gave us as slaves is the good guy and our friend. Motherfucker ain't our friend. This nigga is not our friend. Just how I told y'all, the sun ain't your friend. If the sun is your friend, why does it stop the activity and shrink the size of your pineal gland, aka your third eye? Your melanin is here to protect you from the toxic rays of the sun, not to absorb the rays of the sun. That's some ego feeding shit. That's some ego feeding shit to make you feel good about yourself. This is not our sun. This is not our sun. If it was our sun, explain to me this. Oh, how do you stop reincarnation? You have to understand what to do when you die. That's why I keep telling everybody I'm working on dying. I've read the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I've read the Quran. I've read the Christian Bible, the Satanic Bible, the Military Bible, the Masonic Bible. I've read the Voodoo Hoodoo Spell Book. I've read the Eye of the Prophet. I've read the Wushu Warriors in the 32 Planes, or aka the 32 Dimensions. I've studied under Bobby Hemming and Brother Panic before I was in school. I knew about Hebrew Israelites in the tribe of Yahudah before I was in school. So in order to stop reincarnation, your death experience all results on your level of consciousness. Your level of consciousness and the way you die, the way you treat people on this earth, and how you program your subconscious mind. Because when you die, all you have is your subconscious mind and how you programmed it. Decides what happens when you die. So in order to stop reincarnation, you have to greet Osiris and Anubis in the underworld and proclaim yourself for who you are. Get past the Western Hemisphere, up towards the Northern Hemisphere, into the polar cusp, aka the 7 stairs of heaven. Once you get there, you will not reincarnate. You will be on a higher dimension. You will be able to retrieve your star body. Because all melanin is the same shit in the sun and in the stars, and what fills up space and gives it its darkness. That's concentrated melanin, aka dark matter. Why do you think our souls burn black? And we're predominantly alkaline and carbon based beings who vary from dark to light brown skin. Same reason why they gave us crack cocaine, and it fucked us up in the 80s up until now. Cause crack and cocaine, the chemical makeup of it is alkaline, just like we are. That shit was weaponized. Just how natives fall prey to liquor because their chemical makeup is acidic. Liquor's acid. That's why. That's why. The tetrahydrocannabinol and marijuana, also known as cannabis, is a cannabinoid protein that you also find in every motherfucker's RNA, DNA, and mitochondria who was born from 1990 up until 2004. That's why we like smoking weed so much. It's in us. It's a part of us. The 7 stairs of heaven is simple. Look into the Kundalini in Jacob's Ladder. After that, there's a lecture I'll send you from Judy K. King, and there's 2 books you need to read, or there's a lecture you need, a 3-part lecture you need to watch from Brother Panic, going into vivid detail about the 7 stairs, the reincarnation process, and what to do when you die. And how to acquire the information, make the analogies so it connects with your DNA, aka the 98% junk DNA, so when you die it becomes activated, not realizing when you ignore the ego, you don't have to die. You can experience this shit on earth, which is what every ancient sacred tradition said. We have 100 years of peace before this world is over, and we ain't even came to 1 year of peace yet. So what does that tell you, dog? The world ain't finna fucking end. This fucked up, corrupt, stupid ass, dumbass system that we've been living is about to end, and it's up to us to walk in our power and take on the responsibility of the ancient and sacred traditions that we've been given and passed down to us since we were kids. We have to take on the responsibility, not become the entity, not worship the entity. We have to take on the responsibility. Once we take on the responsibility and this fucking American empire has fallen just how Rome will fall, just how Rome has fell, guess what? It's time to get to work. And right now, it's time to get your spiritual work in. And if you're not doing spiritual work, unfortunately, you're going to get left behind in the tide. I'll send you the information, my bro. I'll send you the information. But I'm finna pour up another cup. Roll another blunt. It's been real. I had to get that shit off my chest. I had to let that shit out, okay? There's so much more I want to say, but I feel like if I go on any longer, they're gonna fuck with this live. So, I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. Thank those of you who have tuned in. It's been great. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. I appreciate every one of y'all. Don't think I'm just saying this. I genuinely appreciate y'all. But I'm going to tell you now, next week, I'm finna drop my Cash App name in here. And that's what it's going to be. You can give me a donation or not. But basically, I'm not going to keep giving out this information for free, because I'm putting my life on the line and my wife and my 2 daughters' lives in jeopardy by giving this forbidden information. So, if I'm going to sacrifice myself like this, and I know the majority of the masses are going to take it for entertainment, I'm going to have to make some profit off of this so I can live comfortably. Because you have to understand, this 3rd dimensional mundane realm, it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's how much you have. It's about what you have. And the only way I can continue doing this and expand and continue to give out this message is if I create some form of currency off of this, so I can get better equipment, get a YouTube account, fund a podcast, get a Patreon and stuff like that. I can't do that if I don't have this following. So when I say I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate the love that I get, the reposting y'all story, I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all thanking me for information. I'm thanking y'all because y'all sitting here listening. That's rare, and I fucking appreciate it. So thank you in advance. It's been real, but your boy K. Damn, Chantel, I'm out. I'm out. Your boy K is out. I'm about to dip. You know? I gotta pour my cup. I gotta roll my blunt. Let me ask you a question, Mario. Should I just pour a cup, roll a blunt, and go on another topic? Should I just roll a blunt, pour a cup, and go on another topic instead of leave the live, or should I just leave the live and continue? Because Mario, you know, you've seen it. I'll say some really profound shit. And then they'll cut me off of Instagram, and that live will never come up again. And then all that information, all my heart and soul that I poured out to help people is gone. Because if it's not documented, it didn't happen, right? I'm sipping on that Dragonberry. That Dragonberry Bacardi rum. Rum because, listen, I'm Creole. My ancestors come from the islands, Cape Verde and Haiti, Nigeria, Tanzania, and the Middle East. We drink rum. Not vodka, not whiskey. We drink rum. Okay? So I'm sipping rum. Let me go ahead and get my cup right. You gotta understand, I got a wife. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go on another topic. Let me get my cup right. Let me get my liquor in me. Let me get my spirits in me. Because they call this shit a spirit, not a liquor. And roll my blunt. If y'all bear with me, I'm gonna go on another topic. Thank you for joining, Chantel. I appreciate it. I've been going on some really deep, profound shit. And I guess we're going to keep it going for a little bit, alright? I'll be right back with some Coca-Cola. Am I killing anyone, honey? Shit, I ain't even rapping right now. I don't even feel a need to rap. Like, I genuinely feel like all that rapping shit is just a distraction. So until I get my equipment and I can start releasing songs, I'm going to tell y'all right now, you might get a freestyle every here and there. But as far as hearing Kashil, aka Cash Rain, freestyle all the time, every other night, I done told y'all, I got a family to feed. I can't be doing this shit for free no more. Yeah. Alright, now you see I don't got my cup of that Carabulu. Yeah. Now I gotta roll this blunt up. Bear with a nigga, okay? Bear with a Naga. N-A-G-A. Because I call myself a serpent, aka King Leviathan. Bear with a Naga. I'm gonna tell you something real quick, just a little gem. Everything that they told you about serpents and snakes is a lie. Look into the Wajed in Egypt and the Nagas in India. What they did, what they do, and you tell me if a serpent is evil. You tell me if the snake is evil, or if we have been bamboozled, our information and traditions have been stolen, rehashed, and turned into bullshit, and then demonized. They take our shit and then call us mistakes. When I'm here to tell you right now, I'm a proud serpent, and if you disrespect me, I will fill you with venom. Anyone who knows me knows that. I look just like a reptile. Shit, if I get it under the light, my nose is slit down the middle, just like a snake's. Look at my teeth. Look at my mouth. I don't have to cap. I even got the eyes of Horus. You know how rare it is to see people with my eyes? I think one or two individuals every 36 years. That's why I fuck with my nigga Day pimping so much. He know what's up. That's a smart motherfucker. You don't know it yet, but you're a pretty smart young cat, bro. All you gotta do is keep doing what you're doing. I'm sorry. I know I'm bullshitting y'all. Excuse my nigga tendencies. I had to let that out about serpents, because you know all these niggas talking about snakes and all this and all that, and I'm here to tell you, I am the King Cobra. You disrespect me, I will bite you. Matter of fact, you piss me off, I'll fuck your whole world up. I could be your best friend or your worst nightmare. The choice is yours. And that's what every warrior, that's what every Naga, every cosmic Naga. You see, they tried to change the word Naga into nigger and nigger into nigga when it's the same connotation. And it's a universal term. This is not a term that's just limited to black people. I want y'all to know that. The term nigger means ignorant person. Who's the ignorant person? Bet, I'm finna roll up. This is a sign of fertility, by the way. It's not evil. This is a sign of fertility. The horns has never been evil. If the horns were evil, then tell me why the Greek, Norse, and Celtic god known as Pan and the sainters of the Western philosophy were nature spirits and always had profound knowledge, even though they look like little goat people. Yeah, I know about B.O.B. B.O.B. is one of the most woke motherfucking rappers of our generation, and they blackballed him. Him and Brother Panic have been fucking with each other since I was in middle school. But B.O.B. actually even had a Bobcast where he was giving out a whole bunch of esoteric information. Go on YouTube and search Bobcast. There's actually a Bobcast where him and Brother Panic are together talking about mind control and the occult civilizations and like spirit travel, sex magic, and some more shit. Like real talk. Cause I'm gonna get into it. I'm sorry, nigga stalling. I'm on nigga time, not demon time. Let me roll blunt. See? Just because it has horns doesn't mean it's evil. Hades had his reasons. Medusa was the most beautiful woman that walked. She didn't have snake hair. She had dreads, and she was more beautiful than the goddesses. And a god took it upon himself to take her and rape her. And as another woman, as a goddess, she was ignored. And then whenever she ran to, what's her name, Athena or Aphrodite for help, that's when she became Medusa, because that bitch was jealous of her. That's what I'm telling you. All of our people have always been demonized. All of our people have gone through the most shit, been treated ugly, beaten, down, deprived, lost. The misfits, the depressed, the sad ones, the savages, the thugs, the ones that no one gives a fuck about. These are the people who can save the world. Yeah, go on YouTube. He's got a couple of... B.O.B. is one of the most woke motherfuckers besides... as far as hip-hop, B.O.B. is very aware. Big Sean is very aware. Rob Banks is very aware. Denzel Curry is very aware. J. Cole, but he's a bitch. Kendrick Lamar, but he's a pawn. Jay-Z, Kanye West, they're very aware. If you really listen to Drake's lyrics, that motherfucker's aware as fuck. I don't know why everyone hates on Drake, but he's a very smart man. Y'all should listen to him more. Maybe if more males listen to Drake, y'all could keep a bitch instead of lose a girl faster than you lose a set of keys. You know, Drake is for dudes who got their hearts broken. You know, I got cheated on a lot, bro, and I'm a handsome dude, but it fucked with what's a good woke type of song by Big Sean? The whole album I decided is great. But one of the best woke songs I'd say, as far as video symbolism, look at Bounce Back. Watch the music video to Bounce Back. And then if you have questions to the music video Bounce Back, I got you. Yeah, you and Drake have the same birth chart. OVO, you're probably a bird-like creature. You're probably an owl creature. You probably have high insight and drawn to magic and mysticism. I Decided. There's an album by Big Sean called I Decided, which is probably one of his most profound. Oh, Daylight and King Los, bro. King Los had a fucking freestyle in the LA Leakers where he literally laid out everything from the William Lynch letter to being cosmic Nagas and some more shit. And everybody thought it was just good hip hop. King Los is a cold motherfucker. DMX is another deep dude, bro. DMX is deep as fuck. And if you want to get out of hip hop for a second, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, he's a deep. Their lyrics are fucking cold. Imagine Dragons have really good songs and very deep lyrics and cool ass symbolism. AFI, one of my favorite songs from AFI is Miss Murder. Go to YouTube, look at Miss Murder, AFI, and listen to the lyrics of that song and tell me who the fuck he's talking to. Slipknot symbolism is off the charts. Behemoth symbolism is off the fucking charts. Beyonce does a lot of symbolism. Cardi B does a lot of Kali symbolism. Megan Thee Stallion uses heavy black magic. She has heavy black magic energy, but she doesn't really talk about it. She doesn't really show it or exhibit it. But trust me, that bitch is involved in the occult, okay? You can tell by the way she be coming with her freestyles. She's in the occult, bro. Some of their songs is high key. You don't have to get a playlist Spotify, you know what I'm saying? You were born on Halloween. Bro, Chantel, you were born on Halloween. Do you have any idea how much spiritual energy you were fucking involved with? Before it was Halloween, what was it? It was the day of Samhain. Samhain is the consort of Samael, one of the most powerful fucking demons besides Amen. And this motherfucker can conjure spirits at will. I might make a Spotify playlist just to keep y'all aware and in tune, because I do this shit. There's two twin sisters, Noni Baye, and a song called Oya. If you want to get to some primordial ancestor energy, go with that. Samhain. It is Samhain. Look into the day of Samhain and the original origins of Halloween. And then you'll be so tripped out. Yeah, of course you're very, very good at manifesting. You're connected to the spiritual world. Everything happens in the spiritual world before the physical world. It's not going to happen in the spiritual world. You have to understand, the spiritual world is nothing more than the world of the unseen. December 2nd, the Sagittarius, the Archer, the Wealthy One, the Knowledge One, the Truth Seeker. If you're born on Halloween, that makes you a Scorpio. The numb one, the unbiased one. Not necessarily balanced, but you give everybody a chance. No, don't be careful with what you want. Don't be careful with what you want. Instead of trying to be careful with what you want, practice discernment and mindfulness. Because you can still get what you want while it doesn't just benefit you, it benefits everybody. Yeah, practice discernment. Practice discernment. Because I'm here to tell you right now, not all black people are good, not all white people are bad, not all Spanish people are your friends, and not all Asian people are smart. Alright? These are social dogmas that we've been given, and it molded our reality. Do you really think the shit we see on TV and the news we get is the same shit that they see in Africa and Europe on their TV? No, it's not. It's not. Y'all, October 31st. Okay, so you have heavy, and since y'all were born on December 2nd, you have to understand you're actually in the Scorpio cusp. Scorpio ends on November 21st, and the Sagittarius ends on December 21st. Everybody around me, my friends, my enemies, I don't wish no bad on anybody. I pray for everybody. I love everybody. Anyone who knows me, who went to school with me, knows if I had a problem with you, you wronged me. Or you fucked with one of my friends. I've never just... Even if my friends were assholes, I've never genuinely just been an asshole. Like, I'm actually a pretty nice guy. I'm sweet. You know, I'm considerate. But if you fuck with me, let me tell you, you know, the old Kashil would fight your ass and beat you up in front of your girlfriend. But the new Kashil, I'm just gonna hex you and jinx your bitch. So y'all both suffer. And y'all learn a lesson for fucking with me. Straight like that. Everybody want to say Wicca ain't real. Witchcraft isn't real. Voodoo isn't real. Right? Well, nigga, come to the crossroads with me at midnight on Monday. I guarantee you, if you come with me to the crossroads on a Monday night when I'm wearing red and black, you will experience my patron saint, my patron deity. Real talk. Straight up. No, it's not even like that. What goes around comes around. Be careful who you disrespect. I'm a very nice person. I'll take disrespect. I'll enable some shit I shouldn't enable for a while. I'm that nice. I'll let people slide for a minute. But the minute you neglect my trust, or you offend my wife, or you offend my children, oh, that's your ass. Oh, I'm gonna save this life. I'm gonna say, bro, I didn't even roll my blunt yet. I haven't even gotten to the topic yet. Y'all niggas think y'all think I'm talking profound shit. Yeah. I like Daylight. Daylight's one of those people, but I will tell you this: Daylight's very biased. He's very African black people information. Like he feels like black people are the originators of everything. When I constantly keep telling people, your skin color has nothing to do with your spiritual power. It's about the melanin. And Spanish people have melanin. Black people have melanin. Mexican people have melanin. If you have dark skin, if you can tan without burning, if you come from the Latino, African, Indian, or Arabic descent or ancestry, if you come from Europe before the Middle Ages, if you have Ukraine DNA, if you have Greek DNA, you're one of us. And we're the same tribe. Mr. Whitey might be bad, but here's the thing about Mr. Whitey. They don't even care about their poor white cousins. You know, the white people who live in the trailer parks, who have the worst than bad people, who have it worse than black people. Yeah, I'm gonna go there, because not all black people are poor and not all white people are rich, bro. Real talk. Like, real talk. Not every motherfucking person who's white has money, and not every motherfucking person who's black is a gangster, lives in the hood, and is poor. Like, actually, for example, I might have went through some shit growing up, but my father was always in my life, even when he wasn't living with me, living with my mom. My father has always been in my life. Even when he wasn't there physically, he always took care of us. Meanwhile, the black man is presented as a deadbeat dad. I'm one of the only people I know who had my dad constantly. If my dad wasn't in the house, I could call my dad whenever the fuck I wanted, and he'd tell me some real shit. I'm about to play the Daylight right now. The 31st of December or the 31st of October. The 31st of October would be Sam Hain. Samhain. Sam Hain is actually a witch festival. It's a Wiccan festival. He's an energy almost like Beltane. Oh yeah, Daylight's on this shit. Bro, I've been listening to Daylight since I was 13. I know about Daylight. But I'm telling y'all, the reason why Daylight doesn't get the recognition he wants, you have to understand how this world works. There's biased shit everywhere. Like, okay, for example, everyone talks about these gay rappers. Everyone talks about these Illuminati rappers, okay? Yeah, October 31st is Sam Hain, not Halloween. Look into the origins of Halloween, Sam Hain, and Sam Hain's Feast, or Sam Hain's Festival. It's one of those two terms. you're gonna come across some profound shit. Let me tell you something about this world. And the minute you tell your truth, the minute you speak the truth, the world will turn their back on you. Your family will turn against you. Your friends will turn against you. People will start to question you. So as a spiritual being, what daylight did, he got cold. He got angry. So instead of exploring other ideas, he only researched African ideas and African origins, which is what the majority of these black spiritualists do. If it ain't black, it ain't right. And high key, I might lose some people with this, but we weren't the only slaves. Daylight is the occult. He is an occultist. He's an occultist. He's an occultist ex-gang member. But at the same time, one of the main concepts of his music is black excellence and how black people were the original people. When I told you, melanin in your skin varies from light to dark brown skin color. I know some Mexicans and some Dominicans and some Puerto Ricans who are blacker than daylight. Meanwhile, yeah, that's actually how it started. People tend to think black magic is evil and white magic is good. When Wicca and witchcraft was birthed out of voodoo, hoodoo, and Santeria, given the term black magic and white magic. Yeah, he does. I already watched that. I already looked into that guy. And he has some very, very, very good points. That's why I keep telling people the world is about polarity and andronicism. You can't, as much as it's pushed, you can't pick one team. You can't pick one side. It's about polarity. It's about both sides and finding a balance in the masculine and the feminine, the good and the evil, the dark and the light, the white and the black. He's got good points. He's a very educated man. But any true occultist and spiritualist will tell you that there's truth in everything. Therefore, there's no reason to argue, debate, or expose, because every different side of the coin has a valid argument. So instead of arguing, debating, or exposing one another, because we all have an equal story to tell on the different side of the coin, we need to simply just love each other. We need to just simply, okay, I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me, but we're the same people. How can we put our ideas together? That's what needs to happen. Yeah. Yahshua HaMashiach, Anaya Yahoya Shah, that's Hebrew Israelite stuff. That's what I keep telling y'all. Like, a lot of people want to say black God, black this, black that. But if you go to Asia, you go to Japan, it's an Asian God. If you go to Mexico, it's a Mexican God, bro. Like, God changes and varies based off where you live. Real talk. Like, everybody talks about a black God. But if there was a black God, if there was a white God, why do black people and white people struggle? Why are Mexican and Spanish people the most ignored in civilization? They talk about black problems. They talk about white problems. Meanwhile, the same way black people are treated in prison, and in reality, so are the Latinos, and no one says shit. There's been just as many Latino males and women raped and murdered in prison as black males and females raped and murdered in prison. And no one talks about it. So we can't talk about a black God. We can't talk about a white God because it's not a physical entity. It's an energy that manifests through every life form, throughout all time and space. It's a divine energy that is a balance and a multiple force between masculine and feminine, left brain and right brain, red and blue, negative and positive, to give you balance, to give you righteousness. Why, nigga, think about it. There is no devil without a God. There's no angels without demons. Really think about it. So what is magic? Because when a magician and a scientist test something and study something, they research it and practice. They put it to a test. They do actions and provide examples and details on how it works when the process is complete. I keep telling people magic is not magic. Magic is a science. Magic is the science of the unseen, the unknown, and the hidden. That's all magic is. The people who didn't understand magic called it magic. We called it science. Because that's what it is. It's fucking science. You mean to tell me when I prepare a ritual, I get herbs and I break them down and I make a potion. And if I don't make a potion, I make a concoction or a mixture and I burn it to release the fumes, and I breathe in those fumes to feel the trifecta and activate the ritual while saying certain words with a certain energy and breathing a certain way. Alchemy. Now break down the word alchemy. Alchemy. Al in etymology means from. Kim coming from Latin means kim it. So alchemy means from Egypt, from Kemet. They call it the black art because it's from the black land. Not black as in darkness, black as in pigment. Brown. Look at the Egyptians on them hieroglyphs. They are either light brown or dark brown. They're not fucking white. Look at their hair. The majority of Egypt and the Middle East right now are Arabic people. The oldest fucking languages on the planet are Hebrew, Arabic, and Latin. The oldest people on the planet are who? Hebrew, Arabic, and Latin. They are all brown. They're us. Therefore, alchemy is our shit. Witchcraft is our shit. Not theirs. So stop thinking when you say some shit and you see some shit and you're like, damn, that's some white people shit. What you're not realizing is if they stole everything from us and brought us to America, then whose shit is it? Is it really theirs? Or is that our shit? But we've been so desensitized, brainwashed, and taught that to stay away from it, we don't even recognize our own spiritual systems no more. Don't forget about this live and send me some. Yeah, I got you. I got you. They're letting me stay up. They're letting me stay on. They're not closing me out. So I'm gonna give out as much information. Oh, the song I was just playing, it was a freestyle. It's the Cassidy and ARAB freestyle on Cosmic Kev come up show. 7 minutes long. Right now I'm about to play Night Lavelle. That's another artist y'all need to listen to for some real information. Night Lavelle. And he's a very interesting character. Very interesting character. Kevin Gates is another one y'all should listen to. There's a song called Sit Down. If you really pay attention to what this motherfucker is saying, if you really pay attention to what Kevin Gates is saying on that song, Sit Down, bro, he gave himself up. Matter of fact, I'm finna play Sit Down right now. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when I say the occult world blends in. It hides in public sight. It hides in public sight. Yeah. That's because the Kali Huga. 2012 is really 2020. There's only 360 days in a year, not 365. So if you do the math, we're actually ahead in time and space. The 14 and 4400 that are supposed to ascend have already ascended. That's why there's only 1/4 of spiritual energy left on this planet. That's why it's so hard for people who are coming into this information to meditate, because for the most part, the spiritual energy is gone. If you don't do the work, do the spells, do the research, and understand who you are as an individual, do the soul work, understand that dark side of yourself, and do some self-help to mold into a better being, not a better human, but a better being, you're going to get washed under the current. Now let's listen to Kevin Gates' song, Sit Down. Pay attention to what he says. And why I keep telling y'all music is so important. Music is the new gospel. Music is the new gospel. Music is the new Bible. You have to understand, every ancient civilization, every ancient tradition, we didn't read out of a book. We used to listen to music and dance, nigga. We used to listen to music and dance. Exactly. Q, man. And that's actually a book from a spiritualist who comes from Africa named Foster Ibe, who's a very, very in tune astrologist. Y'all should watch his YouTube channel and subscribe to it if you aren't, and follow his Instagram page if you haven't, because he knows what he's talking about. Another one goes by the name of Dolo, the Flight Man. If you can't remember that, I'll drop his name in the comment. I'll drop Foster eBay in the comment so y'all can follow them and get some better information. Because you have to understand, I'm not an astrologist. I know astrology, but I can't explain it on the level like them motherfuckers can. I deal with the occult, spirituality, and quantum physics. That's where I mastered. I'm the jack of all trades with that shit. All that other stuff, I'm barely getting into now. I have a student mindset with that stuff. Yeah, they're all right. We're all part of the same soul tribe. If you notice, I say the same shit that they say before they say it, because of the collective consciousness. Great minds think alike. It's not like they're copying me or I'm copying them. Great minds think alike. I'm sorry, I got distracted talking. We're gonna listen to his lyrics. He's gonna tell you some shit he never told nobody, right? You're gonna see where his aggression comes from. All his pain and hatred comes from. Listen to this man. Wrap the phone up in plastic, stick it in the fridge. They know what we own, but they don't know what we did. Anything about a mixed up murder getting sent. Gotta speak in code when you're talking on the phone. Speaking to the code there, listen to the song. I told my team about manifestation. People were basic, they thought I was crazy. Hard with the witchcraft, study every night. Philosopher's stone, I perform another rite. Right men and ritual, created dry ice. Hidden in plain sight with the suit and tie nice. Mason meaning more than a bricklayer. Find another way to eat, I'ma quit slanging. Thought that nigga hating them nigga bang money. And he know the law? And he getting off? Third eye open. Wonder what he saw? Bro, people need to analyze music. Even that song from Foster the People, Pumped Up Kicks, they're talking about the Sandy Hook shooting before the Sandy Hook shooting happened. Listen to the lyrics. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, I'll run my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, better run, faster than my bullets. Johnny's got a quick hand. Come on, bro. They tell you what the fuck's gonna happen before they do it. Listen to Lil Wayne, watch Lil Wayne's video, My Homie Still, and think about the shooting that happened when the Arkham Asylum movie theater shooting happened. The same amount of skulls and skeletons in the movie theater scene in that music video were the same amount of people who died. Real talk. There's a song from Tupac. I don't know if it's Keep Your Head Up or Dear Mama. But he says, people ain't ready for a black president. And then in our generation, once Tupac is murdered, we have a black president. And we were not ready. Like, people can sit here and deny it all they want when the proof is in the pudding. It's put right in your face. It's on your favorite t-shirt. It's on your favorite album cover. That's why it's your favorite album cover. Don't you know that the majority of music put out on 440 megahertz, which dumbs down your psychoactive system? That's why any spiritualist records their music on 432 megahertz. The information I just said is what got XXX Tentacion killed whenever he went into frequency weaponization and warfare on DJ Academics Live. 2 weeks after he did that, he got murdered. Tupac made a song called Hail Mary, talking about Illuminati. He wasn't even alive to make the music video. Think about it like this. When you're emo, that stands for emotional. You have high energy in motion constantly. You're an empath. You're one of the highest forms of an empath. You don't just feel your emotions. You feel everyone's emotions. You take heed on everyone's thought. So mostly, you're an empath, but you have a keen sense of clairvoyance. So not only are you feeling how people feel about you and how you feel about yourself, you're perceiving other people's thoughts, thinking they're your own, causing your self-image to lower even more. When you wear black, think about it. If you go out in the hot summer day and wear black, all black, what's going to happen? You're going to be hotter because the color black pulls in energy. The color white reflects energy. If you go outside wearing all white on a hot summer day, you're going to be very much cooler than you would be if you were to go outside on a hot summer day wearing all black. Because one pulls in energy and one reflects energy. But you have to understand, some energy that you reflect, you're not supposed to be reflecting. And some energy that you pull in, you're not supposed to be pulling in. That's why we have a chakra system set up to defend us from that. But if your chakras aren't activated, or at least where they need to be, your life's in disarray. Your relationships are shit. Your parents don't understand you. You don't fit in. Because spiritually, you haven't done the work you're supposed to do as an individual. That's why it's so hard for most of these spiritualists who are true to tell you what you're supposed to do. It's not up to them. It's up to the individual. God can't save you. That's why we have a natural order and free will. God can't save you. The devil can't save you. They can't even influence you. All they can do is tempt you. It's up to us to make a decision. They always tell you you can't obey two masters. No. But what you can do is understand your enemy. That's the key. We have the who. Okay? We have the what. We know the where. We know the how. But as a collective, we don't know the why. That's the big question. Why? Why do we have a devil? Why do we have laws? Why do we have a government? Why do we have religion? Why do we die? Why do we age? What's the meaning of life? We don't know the why. Once you figure out the why, the rest is easier than kindergarten. Now my why is different from your why. So my why, I can't say. I know my why. Chantel, figure out your why. Mario, figure out your why. It's up to us to take the responsibility and find our own truth and walk in our power. Until then, we're just going to continue the cycle. We have to break the cycle. Break the soul tie. You see, everything in history wouldn't have been documented if everyone was doing it. Everyone in history who made history decided to stand out and be gray rather than black or white and do something different. We're living in a time where everyone's afraid to stand up for what they believe in and do something different. Listen, I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid. In fact, I'm one of the most honest people I know. Why? I have nothing to hide. I'm just a person trying to figure this shit out like y'all. And along my journey, these are my findings. Man, I grew up in one of the worst neighborhoods. My dad was a gang member, drug addict. My mom was disabled. My brother was a gang member. My sister had kids young. And here I am. So yeah, I went into the gang route. I joined the gang route. Once I went into the gang route, I started to realize most of my friends weren't really friends. They were just using me. They liked the idea of me. They think I could get them rich. They think I could help them get smart. But they don't genuinely care for me. This was my realization when I was 13 years old. In middle school. It wasn't until I met my wife, Amanda, had a kid, that I began my spiritual journey. So all that time, I was being fed lie after lie after lie. Trying to fit in. Trying to be accepted amongst my peers. Trying to be cool. Or popular, if you may. Meanwhile, look at me. I'm handsome as shit. I'm the real deal. What these rappers talk about, I've done. And if I didn't do it, I know real niggas in the flesh who did. I used to hang out with them on a daily basis. Real talk. Like, I'm that dude. I sold the drugs. I been on the block. I shot the guns. I beat up the niggas. I ranked in niggas. I got beat up. I got shot at. I took losses. I've been that nigga who got jumped. I did jumpings. And I'm here to tell you that this is not something to glorify. This is the control system for people like us. Why do you think most of us are attracted to violence? We have a warrior spirit. Especially the women. Why do you think you're more afraid of your mother than your father? Why do you think more women want to do shit men can do and actually do it? And when they do it better than us. Bro, fuck being cool. Fuck being cool. Fuck fitting in, dog. Fuck being accepting. Fuck validation. Fuck followers. Fuck listening to shit. Find your own truth. Find your soulmate. Cause the king ain't shit without his queen. Everybody wanna talk about bitches getting paid, getting money, making a bitch suck their dick. Nobody wanna raise their kids. Niggas is giving up their throne for pussy. Just a sexual experience when that is the lowest life form on this mundane reality. Instead of practicing sex magic and manifesting their dreams and desires, they're letting a bitch suck their dick. Cause that's all they know. That's all we've been programmed to know. Our generation has been the most over-sexualized generation in the human population. Shit, in human history. When they made shorts for women in the 70s and called it hot pants, there was an uproar. Now, you got shorts for little girls, little 7-year-olds, cut off in the crotch where you can basically see their ass cheeks. For little girls. And pedophilia is no longer against the law. It's a sexual orientation. You have 30 states out of the rest in the United States that are teaching sex ed to kindergartners. So by the time they're in high school, you don't have to be a predator no more. You have willing participants who want to get fucked, who want to suck that dick, who want to take it in the ass, who want to do all that thotty body shit, because we've been programmed and trained to do this with our toys, our movies, and our symbolism and repetition since we were fucking 3. The majority of music promotes us killing each other, not protecting each other, not protecting our women, not protecting our queens. We defoul our queens. I'll fuck the queen and then the homies can fuck the queen and then we come on her face. That's the premise of most of these rap songs. When everybody knows a king ain't shit without his queen. See? Think about it. But you can't help it because you don't realize you're in the Matrix. By the time you realize you're in the Matrix, it's too late. You already took in the energy. That's why I say this is something that needs to be practiced, studied, and you have to do your own research. Because listen, what's right for me might not be right for you or them and so on. You have to understand that there's a bloodline involved. Blood, your DNA doesn't change. Your pigment might. Your features might. But your bloodline stays the same. Just how there's 13 tribes in the Bible, there's 13 bloodlines. There's 13 Illuminati bloodlines. If you count all the continents in the bodies of water, you get 13. The moon goes into a cycle 13 times a year. Meanwhile, they demonize the number 13 and give you 12. When even in Christianity, Abraham had 13 children. They don't talk about his daughter. They briefly discuss his daughter in Genesis, Diana. Well, that would make 13, wouldn't it? Nah, fuck that. Let's keep the 12. Let's not talk about Jesus. Let's just talk about his disciples. And he had 12. But if you include Jesus or Yeshua, that would make 13. Nah, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to teach and preach Alan Watts and Nikola Tesla in school. Because Alan Watts, the philosopher, one of his most useful and impactful things he discovered was the backwards law. Look into Alan Watts' backwards law and then just do some research on Nikola Tesla. And I guarantee you will be fucking amazed on how you've never heard of these people. Why they never taught you about these people in school. Look into Voltaire. Really look into William Shakespeare. He was mixed. He actually had a black mother. But they don't talk about that. You won't know about that about William Shakespeare until you look into him. The majority of the laws in Europe and Spain that were implicated that protect the Latino race happened because of a Spanish Moor named Pedro Quintenares. But y'all don't know that. No one teaches about that. You wouldn't know about that until you do your own research and find a man named Pedro Quintenares. Then you'll understand. Then you'll know about the Spanish Moors. Then you'll know about Europe. Then you'll know about how, damn, these niggas didn't even know how to talk, speak, or bury their dead, or bathe until the Spanish and the African came into Europe for 18 years? Wow. What does that tell you about them right now, since we haven't advanced into nothing higher and we're using a man-made synthetic phage lambda to try to make ourselves superhuman, and it's killing off the the majority of the population, are making us sick, fucking up our DNA. And we have willing participants, just how we have these thoughts out here willing to suck dick, take it any and every way to get the vaccine. When all this information is out, very truthful for people who have done their research about the vaccine. I'm 23. I'm 23. I was born December 14th, 1996. And actually, I was supposed to be born on Christmas. I was even born dead. It took 2 hours before they heard me in the baby morgue, alive, screaming and crying. Somehow I came back to life. I'm meant to be here. I have a meaning. I have a purpose. Bro, I was born dead. I was born dead. Every rapper want to talk about being born dead in the supreme god body, arm, leg, arm, head. Meanwhile, I was actually supposed to be born on Christmas, came early on December 14th, and I was born dead. And I am a Sagittarius sun, Aquarius moon, and Virgo rising. Do you know how fucking rare that is? That doesn't even make sense. That's not supposed to happen. But it happened to me. Me and my wife have the same natal chart and astrological chart, and I'm a sun Sag and she's a sun Libra. I'm a moon Aquarius and she's a moon Scorpio, and we're both Virgo rising. Do you have any idea how fucking rare that is? I keep telling y'all, genetically, we're the same fucking being. We're working on the same shit, building our businesses from the ground up. A lot of these niggas out here think I'm struggling, think I'm broke. Bruh, fuck y'all. I'm looking at this as the Hunger Days. I'm looking at this as my humble days, humble beginnings. Because next year, I'm gonna be bigger than fucking Von Boogie. I'm gonna be bigger than most of these spiritualists, actually giving authentic information on how you can do it, use it, implicate it in your own life, and making music to raise your vibration, and building my own business, and selling my own products, because my dream is to own my own pharmacy, my own dispensary, and my own apothecary, aka herb store, on top of making music and doing my own spiritual activism. Because you have to understand, we haven't had a real spiritual activist since the 80s. Bro, I'm on my Nino Brown shit. I'm finna be around here giving out candy, giving out toys, giving out fucking food in my block, on my neighborhood, in the neighborhoods I grew up in, to the motherfuckers who need it, not donating to charity. I'm finna come back to Albuquerque. Fuck Toys for Tots. Come see Kashil on the block. I got you. I'm finna give your kids all the new toys. I'm finna give you all the good food for Thanksgiving. I'm finna give you all the money you need for Easter. On moms, my goal is to have 1,000 people sign up in my city for Nove money, so I could have in a year 1,000 people raise their credit score from wherever they're at to an 800 credit score, which is the highest credit score you can get. That is $100,000 leverage. Don't you understand? If I get 1 million people, 1,000 people to sign up for my business and raise their credit score to an 800, I just brought in $100 million into my city off the motherfucking muscle. No company, not on the block, not on the job. Me handling my shit, giving back to my community, giving back to my people for the right reason, so they can help their self and protect their self and protect their fucking family. I'm bringing in $100 million into Albuquerque, New Mexico off the muscle, nigga. By myself. You name me one motherfucking person who's 23 who does that, who has that goal, who has that vision. Most of these niggas is out here thinking about their self. Most of these people is out here talking down on motherfuckers, calling them demons and genetic parasites. When I'm sitting here telling you the only motherfucking enemy is Jesus and the demiurge. Jesus and the demiurge. Not even all Europeans are bad. Most of them Europeans got red hair, brown eyes, which means they got melanin, just like me and you. So what is that saying? You see more white people in trailer parks struggling than black people and Mexicans. And meanwhile, we keep on thinking that black privilege is real. We keep on thinking that white privilege is real. We keep on thinking that racism is real. And yeah, racism was real on a citizen level. These rich motherfuckers don't give a fuck about your race or your ethnicity. Money talk and bullshit walk. Meanwhile, the sheep, the sleep, are focused on race. We're focused on ethnicity when it's nothing more than a legal status. And when we can't justify that legal status, we hide behind our religion, which is really just producing a dogma, an opinion, a bias. Because they don't agree with us. They don't think like us. Who the fuck said everybody had to think like us for us to get along, coexist, and have 100 years of peace? No one. We made that shit up. We made up Democrat and Republic. We made up left wing and right wing. We made up Christianity, Catholicism, paganism. We made all that shit up. That's a man-made product. Just like the majority of these diseases. Just like the majority of these recessions. This happened because of man. This ain't natural. So what does that tell you? For us who are 1/3. For us who are more than human. For us who have the genetic mutations and come from the same chemical properties of the sun and the stars. The indigo children. The star children. The people of the sun. The shining ones. Ishkar. Yahuda. I just don't understand this bullshit, bruh. Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, everything is out there for us to get it. I'm 23 years old. I'm 23 with 2 kids, and I'm broke, nigga. I worked my ass off at every job I had, and every job I had, I got fucking fired, nigga. Meanwhile, niggas can bullshit, be lazy, that don't look like me, and be rude, and keep their fucking job. Meanwhile, me, my wife, and my 2 kids had to struggle for fucking 4 years, nigga. Barely at the end of 2020 did I get my own fucking business. Now I'm straight. Now I'm making the right decisions, taking the actions I need to go forward with my career, my business, and take care of my family financially, physically, and spiritually. I'm doing that. So that means my spirit is right. So everything is taken care of. I don't need no self-doubt. I don't need no validation. I don't need no fans, bruh. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I feel it in my spirit. Better yet, I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my mind. I feel it in my body. 1, 2, 3. The divine trinity. Divine. AKA Devon. Nigga. Quit playing with me. Why you think one of the most emphasized rappers that die, all their names start with a J or a D? Everybody else gets washed under the wave. And I mean their real government name starts with a J or a D.
Right now, Lord, this is your house.
And if it don't, it starts with an unrecognized connotation that didn't happen until the 1500s or after. Like a L, a J, a Z, or a U. And y'all keep thinking English is for you. Y'all keep thinking this religion is for you. Y'all keep thinking God is for you. This shit is the demiurge. Don't you know the more you give your energy to this, you gonna die and get reincarnated back into the soul prison, and you might not even be a human next time. You could be a plant, a tree, a bird, an animal, or an insect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the number of rebirth and unity. Why do you think 5-point stars are the number 1 symbol in all magic and metaphysics? Either forward or upside down. Most of these deities throughout history are the same fucking energy. Real talk. Dionysus, Osiris, Shiva. It's the same fucking person. Kali, ISIS, the Hamas. It's the same fucking person. But y'all niggas is too stupid to do your own research, figure that shit out. Nah, y'all focused on the Virgin Mary and Jesus. Y'all focused on the saints instead of doing your own research, finding your own truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, our world is we're living in a time where there is no God. The only God I see is technology. That's the God I see. I see motherfuckers going to church on Sunday and fronting the rest of the 6 days out the week, sucking dick, going to the club, wobbly gang banging, fighting motherfuckers, being biased, treating their women wrong, treating their kids wrong, treating their man wrong. Meanwhile, you going to church on Sunday acting like you holier than thou. Yeah, you going to church on Sunday acting like you holier than thou. Meanwhile, man, you doing the same shit as that motherfucking crackhead you saw Tuesday. You doing the same shit as that motherfucking meth head you saw on Friday night holding that sign up. And you think you better? Nigga, ain't nobody better than nobody. We're all born sinners. We're all natural sinners. This information is forbidden. By the fact you're figuring out this information, fixing your life, this is a forbidden act. All spirits came to this earth to have a human experience, and we all agreed to the terms and conditions on which we would endure. And now that we're becoming conscious, aka having our artificial intelligence in this program, we're making computers that run programs. We're making games that run programs. So now we're living in a program, creating more programs. And now they have artificial intelligence and robots, and those programs are making more programs. Do you really think shit's finna get better? I'm here to tell you, just like I told you last year, just like I told y'all niggas in 2019, it's not gonna get better. Get used to this. This is our new way of life. Get used to this. We got 4 more years before they give us that Jackson futuristic life we've always imagined and wondered for if we was kids. But what happens at the end of that future? The robots take over and destroy the world, and there is no humans left. In every story, because we're so dependent on our technology. Nigga, if my phone if every person's phone stopped working, if every fucking person's game station stopped working, and their TV stopped working, and their lights stopped working, we would fucking panic, and the world would collapse and go into a dark age overnight, because the majority of the planet hasn't been trained or prepared themselves on what to do. We think this shit is permanent. Nigga, ain't nothing permanent. They showed us that in the 60s. They showed us that in the 50s. They showed us that in the 70s. They showed us that in the 90s. They showed us that in 2020 with George Floyd. Ain't nothing permanent, bruh. You can get shot tomorrow. Nigga, someone could pull a drive-by thinking you somebody else tonight and take your motherfucking life. And y'all niggas keep on thinking we got it tomorrow. Y'all niggas really keep on thinking that the dream world is fake. And this mundane reality we're living where we're consuming nothing but bullshit is real. Meanwhile, we all have a collective conscience. So the minute you start seeing a person think like you, when all geniuses think alike, instead of respecting that individual, you get jealous. You want to slander his name. You want to throw salt on that nigga. I thought of this first. Why? Because you have an insecurity for validation. You want attention. It's not about what you know. It's about how much money you have. And that's the sad part. Dude, as money has no fucking value. The value money has is the value we set on it. It's just a piece of paper that comes from trees. The value is your eternal soul. But I guess we forgot that. When you die, your experience in death is based off your level of consciousness. So if you've done nothing but waste time and consume, and then you die tomorrow, guess what? You're coming right back to this soul prison. And you gotta do it again until you learn your fucking lesson. Get some knowledge activated in your death. And continue your path to ascend into a higher being, a higher God, or a higher dimension. Our organisms, this body is a meat suit. it's fragile and it's predominantly microorganisms. If I put my camera on that cup, that's microorganisms and material. If I look at my floor, that's material. My cup is material. That's all predominantly made out of the same shit I'm made out of. Organic matter. Cells, atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons. Now, what is the name of the first man? Atom. What is the fucking foundation of every cell and organism? An atom.
Only Verizon gives you more of the best. 5G from America's most reliable network. More plans you can
The Hebrew number for 6, which is the number for man and equality, is called Edamu.
only from Verizon.
The judger and weigher of souls in Kemet, the fucking civilization y'all niggas love so much, is Anubis, whose real name is Anpu. So you have Adam, Atum, Adamu, and Anpu. And y'all niggas still don't see the parallel. Y'all still don't see the synchronization and the synchronization. Nah, y'all don't want to believe that. Y'all want to be proud. Black pride, white pride, brown pride, yellow pride. When pride is a sin. Your ego is your conscious mind. Therefore, you cannot kill it or get rid of it. The only thing you can do is train yourself to ignore it and program your subconscious. They call the underworld and the heavens a subterrane. Sub, meaning under or before. Look into the root of sub. Look into the etymology of every motherfucking spiritual term you've came across. And, for example, blessing. When someone sneezes and you say bless you, you just offered them for a blood sacrifice. Blessing means blood sacrifice by etymology with the root word, the suffix, and the prefix. The word you're looking for is bliss and blessing. But no one does their fucking research. Nah, we just want to talk about it. We don't want to be about it. We want to sound profound like professors and philosophers when there hasn't been a fucking new philosopher since the Renaissance era and the Enlightenment era in France. Now, who took over New Orleans? France and the Spanish. We are the same people. But nah, we the bastard children. We the illegitimate children, so we ain't got that birthright, right? Nah, fuck y'all niggas. This my birthright. This your birthright. And every person who's spiritual and feels like they don't fit in and feels like there's something more to this world, that's because you know there's something more to this world. You know you don't fit in because you know you're not human. Stop denying yourself. Stop looking for reassurance and validation. You know what the fuck is up. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. And it's really ironic that the only religion that teaches you to believe in yourself and trust yourself is Satanism. That's their fucking motto. Believe in yourself. That's their fucking motto. Believe in yourself. The cross of Satanism is the Leviathan cross. A Leviathan is a serpent. A sea serpent. Water is your feelings and your emotions. The serpent is the wise one. That's why it tells you to be as wise as serpents. So whenever you're a Satanist and you're taught to believe in yourself and you wear this Leviathan cross, you are believing yourself through your emotions and feelings to reach a higher standard of you. Yeah. Yeah, straight like that, nigga. Straight like that. And if any nigga wanna challenge me, I'll show you my books. I'll show you my notes. I gotta send my nigga Mario videos. I'll send anybody and everybody who wants the proof for the information I found, I'll give it to you. Cause just how I found it, you can find it. And excuse me, I'm sorry if most of them videos that I found my information have been taken down on YouTube. And you wonder why niggas like me can barely post lives. The truth is a threat. But the lie brings profit. The illusion brings profit, money. Meanwhile, the truth is bad economics. If y'all motherfucking investors and traders found out the true meaning and the source of Bitcoin, man, y'all stop trading that shit overnight. Me? Listen, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't care about humanity. I gave up on humanity. Why? Because y'all don't think. Y'all don't care. So I'm not finna save y'all. Jesus tried to save y'all and y'all niggas turned your back on him and crucified him. Marduk tried to save y'all and y'all turned your back on him and crucified him. Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Noble Drew Ali tried to save y'all and y'all niggas killed them, turned your back on them. So why am I finna try to save humanity? I learned from history. I'm not finna make the same motherfucking mistakes my ancestors did by trying to help y'all monkey motherfuckers. Nah. It's one in the tribe. If you ain't my tribe, you can't be round, dog. And that's on me and mines. I'll fuck you up, nigga. Think I'm playing. I'll beat your monkey ass, nigga. I'll beat your monkey ass. Don't try to come around here with your bullshit and your doctrinations. Don't talk to me about Jesus. Nigga, fuck Jesus. He's a made up concept. The letter J wasn't even invented until the 1500s. So what the fuck is his name? And then on top of that, the Bible wasn't even written until 50 years after his death. He wasn't even born on Christmas. He was born in April. So who the fuck are we worshiping on Christmas? Yeah, niggas don't do their research. So since you don't do the research, you don't know about that shit. I know about that shit. And I'm here to tell y'all, stop giving your energy to a false idol, a false god. Stop being biased. It's not about race. It's not about religion. It's about the individual and the enlightenment and the truth you find from that. But you must understand, the more you manifest and understand knowledge, you gotta go through darkness. You gotta go through trials and tribulations. You gotta go through sadness. You gotta go through pain. You gotta take a loss, nigga. Because you only see light in darkness. You really think you finna see light if you in an illuminated room? Nah, it's already bright. The only way you can achieve enlightenment is to go through your ignorance and confront your own bullshit. That's how you become enlightened. That's how you truly open your third eye. Face yourself. Stop feeding your ego. Stop stroking your ego. Stop listening to people who make you feel good. Yeah, it sounds true, so it must be true. Yeah, that represent with me. Only 30% of the time, but I ain't gonna admit that. Fuck it, it represent with me. Meanwhile, you gotta understand, if it wasn't for the Moors, we sold ourselves into slavery. Our own people gave us up, and then we conquered the rest of Africa. Slavery's been going on since the 1300s. Not the transatlantic slave trade, that was after. We've been doing this shit. If we haven't been doing this shit, then explain to me what the fuck Exodus is talking about with Moses. Explain to me what the fuck Exodus is talking about with Moses if we didn't be doing this shit. We've been doing this shit. We're snarky, we're sneaky, we turn our back on our own people, and you wonder why we go through the shit we go through constantly. We're ignorant, we're disobedient, and we refuse to correct our own mistakes. Instead, we search outside ourselves for a God that was given to us in bondage, instead of acknowledge our own African and Hispanic Latino roots that were given to us since birth. And then look at the ones who do embrace that. You see the difference? Y'all giving y'all energy up to a demiurge. The earth gods who control and govern your reality. And that's not what it is, bruh. Like, that's not what it is. That's why I keep telling you, all that shit is dead, bro. Like, this gangster shit, this tough guy shit, bro, that's some weirdo shit. Especially if y'all niggas ain't really lived that life, struggled, went through what them niggas who come from the gutter and the hood struggled from and came from and overcome. Cause then you will understand that most of these niggas who validating this shit and talking about it like it's something to glorify is some bullshit, dog. That shit ain't real. That shit ain't gangster. Y'all niggas is little boys. Y'all a bunch of little ass boys who refuse to listen and have a problem with authority. So instead of growing up and growing into a higher individual, y'all stay on that lower frequency. Y'all stay in humanity, and you guys try to conquer humanity and kill each other over territory and colors like motherfucking kids fight over toys and crayons, nigga. And you wonder why y'all stuck in this situation y'all in, bruh. You wonder why there's a population of women rising that are players and lesbians when we don't even respect them, nigga. You wonder why you got your bitch cheating on you because she think you already cheating on her. We're growing up in a generation that is broken and manipulated and controlled by technology. We are taught lies and we are taught to divide. We are taught that we are colors. The only fucking species is the human species. Because we're not animals. That's a different classification. The only species is the human species. An ethnicity and a race is a legal status. And if you think I'm lying, look it up in world law. It's a fucking legal status. They tell you if you look at the fine print of white, black, Hispanic, Pacific Islander, what they mean and the persons and origins of their ancestors and where they come from. So if you don't know where you come from, how are you supposed to know your legal status? And you wonder why there's a such thing as white privilege. White means people are persons who come from North Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. And you have to understand, before there was documentation and after there was documentation, the Moors, aka people from the Middle East, North Africa, have been in Europe for 800 years. So damn our ancestors. Therefore, you're white. It's not a fucking race. It's a legal status. Black is a legal status. Hispanic is a legal status. The only race under the sun is the human race. Those who are not human, who are 1/3 unhuman, are not accounted for. They're not accounted for. On me and mine, bro. They're not accounted for. Why you think we struggle? We lose job after job. We take deficit after deficit. We get laid off. We not accounted for. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't care about us. They never gave a fuck about us. Every artist who tells you the truth that they don't give a fuck about us and we are the same people get silenced, blackballed, or murdered. And they make it look like a drug overdose or a fucking suicide. Y'all niggas ain't even seen the pattern yet. It's a fucking pattern. If a nigga tell the truth and he bold with it, they gonna kill him and make it look like a suicide so they could antagonize him and just ruin his reputation. If a nigga tell the truth and he already had a bad reputation, they gonna tell you he killed himself. So y'all could question the information that nigga was giving you. Don't you understand how America works? America is capitalism at its finest. Y'all niggas looking for hell. Y'all scared of hell. America is hell. We're living in hell. Working in the school system, that's the new form of slavery. They teach you what they want us to learn. They tell you what they want you to know. Why is it that you have to be 18 or 16 to figure out real fucking history? Because they tell you what they want you to know. They give you the history you want to know, and the rest of the shit you gotta read books and do your own research to find out. So what does that tell you about the rest of the world? What does that tell you about the rest of the melanated people on the planet? Now hold that thought, because I gotta take a piss. Look at my wife's beautiful face.
Introducing the Mazda CX-30 Turbo. all-wheel drive. More power for your pursuit. Hey there, early risers.
And I'm back in this bitch just like that. I'm sorry. Real niggas take pisses. And I don't give a fuck who watching or who ain't, okay? Now, another thing I want y'all to understand. Hate comes from source. Hate comes from source. So, if you don't like somebody, or if somebody gets on your nerves, or you're irritated easily by somebody, what you gotta understand is, in all honesty, you're just seeing a reflection of yourself. A piece of yourself that you have refused to confront. Now, are you going to confront that in that other person and be a hypocrite? Or are you going to enable it and let them continue to fuck you over because you want fake love or validation over real love because you don't even truly love yourself? Yeah, instead of racism, we got another thing called self-hate. Where instead of being proud of what we are and our heritage and our traditions and our cultures that we were stripped from to understand this American and English language and traditions, we want to be like them. Bruh, my rap name is Kashil. That's my motherfucking government name because I ain't trying to be no little, young, nothing. I'm Kashil. I'ma be who I'm the fuck I'ma be, nigga. On me and mines. Ain't nothing finna change me. I done seen thousands of dollars. I done seen too much money to count. And I'm still the same nigga. I'm still the same person. I'm still the same Naga, bruh. With the same knowledge I got. I don't gotta talk like a professor. I don't gotta talk with the etiquette of the European. Because you gotta understand, we have no land, no language, or no culture. So does it really matter how I approach you? As long as it's truth and it's real, you gonna feel that shit. It's gonna hit your soul. It's gonna hit your spirit. You gonna be thinking and pondering over this life for a couple of days before you hit a realization, aka an epiphany, where you like, damn! For example, black women wonder why niggas call them bitches, right? Mexican women why, and Spanish women wonder why. Matter of fact, all females on the planet wonder why men call them bitches, right? Well, listen, there's a difference between a lady, a woman, and a bitch. Alright? Straight up, there's a difference between a girl, a lady, aka a woman, and a bitch. Alright? We ain't talking to all y'all, bruh. We ain't saying every female gender is a bitch. We just talking about the bitches. When we talk about our women and we talk about our ladies, we just talking about the ladies. When we talking about them thoughts and we talking about them little girls, we just talking about them little girls, bruh. We're not talking about y'all as a collective. So if it struck a nerve and that shit hit home, it's because you could relate to that shit and bitch, you feel offended. Same whenever these women talk about these men being little boys and fuck niggas and doing bullshit. If it struck a nerve and you mad, nigga, it's because you can relate to it and you feel offended. You are an individual with fragile consciousness. Whether you are male or female. So stop blaming your insecurities on an outside individual and check your motherfucking self. Because every race and ethnicity, every person, male or female, young or old, do some bullshit. And for some reason, we don't notice our bullshit until someone outside of ourselves tell us about it. When it's up to the individual to recognize it in yourself. Like I told you, we've been trained to be living this way. We've been trained to think like this. This shit ain't normal. This shit ain't natural. There's nothing normal and natural about technology. Technology is honestly a physical manifestation of your mind and the brain. Yeah. Let that shit sink in. Technology is a physical manifestation of your soul and the brain. Everything technology can do, you can do as an individual with your imagination, your creativity, and your spiritual enlightenment. And it's been proven throughout time and space on more than one individual. So you can't sit here and tell me I'm lying, bruh. I don't did my research. I do my meditations. I read my books. I do my rituals. I pray to the motherfucking energies I pray to. I work with my ancestors, bruh. I don't spend money on fixed candles. I don't try to join classes from motherfuckers who is trying to stroke my ego. I don't do none of that shit, because everything I can learn from another person, they learn just how I can learn without joining their class. I could educate myself. I could grow myself. I don't need to pay money for another person to teach me some shit I could do on my own. That's why the majority of independent artists and independent spiritualists who go and do their own shit without a mentor, without a corporation or a company or a contract last longer, and their results are more effective because they came up off the muscle, off the ground up, without help. They're self-taught. They did that shit by their own. Nigga, name me one person in any spiritual tradition, whether it be Horus, Jesus, Lilith, Samael, Helen Selassie, who had a mentor. Or were they fucking self-taught? They discovered that shit on their own, bruh. They figured that shit out for themselves, man. And we living in a generation where we so motherfucking lazy. We expect everybody to teach us. We expect this shit to be on the internet. It's not no more gratitude like, oh my God, thank God he's talking about this. I've been waiting for someone to talk about this for so long. It's more like, shit, about time. About time someone says this. About time someone speak about the real problems. But that's the problem with us as a collective, as a species. We're not grateful or thankful for shit. We always want more, better, faster, stronger, richer, have more sex, have more bitches, have more money, have more property, be handsome, drink, bitch. We're consuming. We're consuming. What about what are we producing? What the fuck are we producing? We ain't producing shit. We're just consuming. And we wonder why the majority of the population is in a motherfucking recession. We're consuming. We ain't producing nothing, bruh. We ain't even coming up with no original ideas. We just rehashing shit that a motherfucker set before you, so you go ahead and study it and then try to take credit for it and make some fascinating breakthrough like it was your shit. No. It's not an original idea, so how can it be yours if it was already here? You ain't making history, dog. You rehashing shit. You repeating the cycle. Everyone's scared to be first, bruh. Straight up. Me and my wife, you got the mindset, fuck it. I don't need help. I don't need friends. I'ma do it myself. I don't need proof or recognition. I'ma find out myself. Through trial and error. If I make a mistake, I learn from that mistake. That negative aspect is going to bring me positivity in life. But the more I run away from my negative, it's going to bring me more negative. The more I chase the positive without actually doing positive actions, it's going to make me feel more empty and negative. You got to face yourself and your bullshit, your procrastinations, in order to truly achieve spiritual enlightenment. You got to realize you're doing something bad and say, fuck it. I'm doing something bad, and enjoy it, because the minute you feel guilty, you're stunting yourself. Stop fronting. Stop fronting. You got a whole bunch of married men hanging out with their boys, talking about how this bitch's booty was fat and how she's so fine. He wanna fuck. Got secret OnlyFans accounts and shit, and then like see a bitch twerking on TV and act like he's so appalled because he's sitting next to his wife. Meanwhile, motherfucker gonna wait until his baby sleep, go into another room or whatever fuck niggas do, be his meat, while fantasizing about another woman. And then when he with his wife or his mama or his sister, his nigga finna front like he ain't doing that. Knowing damn well when he with his boys, he like, yeah, yo, you see that bitch, son? Bro, I eat that bitch's ass with whipped cream, nigga. Boy, I saddle up on that horsey and ride, nigga. Boy, I beat the brakes off that pussy, nigga. But they won't talk like that around their mother. They won't talk like that around their sister. They won't talk like that around their wife or their daughter. They get strict on their daughters for acting and dressing the same way the women that they're attracted to dress and act. You're being a hypocrite. You're fucking lying. You're living a double life. Stop. Be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself. If you're a nasty nigga, embrace it. If you're boring and prude, embrace it. If you have a little dick, embrace it. If you have a big dick, embrace it. If you're a female and you like to eat pussy from time to time, don't be ashamed. You were created this way. It was the world that made you want to be ashamed. It was the world that made you want to feel some type of way. You know who you are. You know what you are. We gotta walk in our power and stop trying to be something we're not. Everyone. Every single person. It's to the point to where we have dogs, cats, elephants, lions, tigers, and bears acting like human beings because we can't do our own job correctly. My bad. And everything I'm saying is not in a fucking opinion, bro. This is some shit that's been proven, studied, and you can find on the internet in the rabbit hole during trial and error to figure out the same motherfucking answers I figured out. But unlike most people, I'm not finna make you feel stupid if you come to me with a question. I actually appreciate questions. Because that means your mind is working. You're thinking. I'm connecting dots. I make your gears grind to the point to where, hey, I was thinking about that last week. Damn, nigga, I said that shit last night. See? That's what I'm talking about. That right there. The connections. The divine connections. So with that being said, I want you to look into yourself. Face yourself in the mirror. Scare yourself. Fuck it. Do some shit you ain't tried before. I guarantee you the results will shock you. I'm out. It's been real. I gave y'all more than enough. It's been real. It's been real. I'm out. I gave y'all more than enough. Let me see what y'all can do with it.
It's time to get real.